이봐요, 에레나, 무얼 하나. 종일토록 멍하니 앉아 어떤 공상 그리할까.
才从八方来，才。我们这辈老仔脖子上喜欢挂玉牌，香炉供台上摆，长大才开白黄牌。虔诚拜三拜，钱包里面多几百。一的是六合彩，男的是等合牌。来财，来，来财，来，来财，来，来财，来，哎，中指力滚力对应好运八方来，散了才能聚，你不出手说了斋。这一把直接和，愿花钱交朋友，卖艺高人胆大，让那小忙3条酒，回馈下社会先，摸到那顶皇冠后，找你做事人太多，事情两袖清风做，一阴一阳之谓道，紫气东来，明码标价的那些物，非黑即白。若上颁奖台，切莫张灯结彩。八仙桌的收尾，少不了弄菜。上北下南，左西右东，东南东北，西北西南，步步高升，八方来财，四海为家，家兴旺，百事可乐，千事吉祥，万事如意，顺风顺水，天道酬勤，鹏程万里。你不给点表示了吗？啊？我们这辈老仔脖子上喜欢挂玉牌，香炉供台上摆，长大才开白黄牌。虔诚拜三拜，钱包里面多几百。一的是六合彩，男的是等合牌。来财，来，来财，来，来财，来，来财，来，哎，中指力滚力对应好运八方来，散了才能聚，你不出手说了斋。才从八方来。
If that doesn't get your toes tapping, I don't know what will. This is the show. I'm Harry. With me is Tyson.
Let me talk to you. I felt like I was watching the Super Bowl halftime show had I had watched it.
Well, you can understand that one.
Which one?
I don't know. Never mind. From what I understand, Bad Bunny mumble raps. Even like you can't understand him if you speak Spanish.
Oh,
like he mumble raps in Spanish.
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't either. This one, he's articulate. He actually raps about traditional Chinese shit.
Who was it?
That is, I believe, Sky is Your God.
That's his name?
Yeah.
Huh. That's a name?
It's Chinese. What do you want?
Yeah, that's fair.
But he has a couple of songs, pretty good. But we have a, I don't know, busy show. We're going to talk about some WrestleMania tickets. Are the prices finally catching up to them? Got Brody Lee's thing. We should probably talk about that. And then Tom Brady and Logan Paul had a peculiar little interaction. Seemed to ruffle some of the IWC crowd. We're going to talk about that as well. We also have WCW's Halloween Havoc 1999. Talk about that. But how was your week?
It was a good week.
Yeah.
I worked today, so ended up being a good day. I got up at 7 though. Started working at 7 o'clock. I'm trying to change to being a 7 o'clock person. I don't know. I was watching some thing about like wealthy people, and apparently they all wake up early. So I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll try waking up early. See, like, I don't know what the difference is. Like, if you wake up early or go to sleep or late.
Well, I think with food courier services, it doesn't. I would say,
If I was
in,
doing something
in
different.
business.
Well, I have an eBay business too. So,
So yeah, get up early and do that.
yes, that was the thought process. Get up early and do my eBay stuff, and then go do my food delivering, and then try to be done by like with everything by like 7, so I can. I don't know.
Have a
I still
life.
have this idea. Yes, I still have this idea to like live stream stuff, watch
Yeah.
along stuff, but jumping in right now isn't the best. It's hard enough to watch this show. I wonder what that live stream would be like. I'm typing out, guys. I can't.
Are you talking about like Raw?
Yeah, Raw and
Oh.
SmackDown.
Oh, here comes Charlotte Flair. Let's go ahead and let's see what happens after that. Here comes Liv Morgan. We're gonna have to see what happens after that again. Oh, Damian Priest. R-Truth in the back. Oh shit. Well, sorry guys. I wanted to watch the show, but they didn't want to show me anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm tapping out already. But the main event, yeah.
What about it?
It's like, that's all I can stands. I can't stands no more.
Well, let's go ahead and jump into it. We're in Cleveland, Ohio for this piece of shit. Walkers are CM Punk. His wife appears, and we're still supposed to pretend she doesn't suck. Becky made an appearance, and she wasn't happy about Punk's wife being there. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky walk next. Ripley is in a triple threat elimination chamber qualifying match with Vulcan and Ivy Nile. So that's not predictable. I don't know what is. You have Liv Morgan, Dominic Mysterio, and No Definition Rodriguez. Liv Morgan's doing something. I guess they're going to leave her opponent a mystery like it's supposed to matter. It doesn't.
Yeah, I guess, I don't know. Maybe she's waiting to after the chamber. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. They tell us off the bat that Braun Breaker's injured. He got injured last week, or at least storyline wise. Apparently, he has a hernia. He had to get surgery.
Yes. Unstoryline wise, apparently he got hurt flipping the table last week. I guess it was already injured, and then he aggravated it, doing flipping the table. Which I don't quite know where the hernia is, so I'll just have to take everybody's word for it.
Right. When Seth's husband came out, she talked shit till Punk's husband came out. Then they ended up agreeing to shave an extra 30 minutes off Elimination Chamber for me. Becky's blatant, phony portrayal of someone driven crazy by someone who's never around was completely abysmal. It's hard to tell who's more overrated between the two, if I'm being honest. It's probably Becky.
I guess it'd be Becky because she's the greatest of all time.
Mm-hmm. Team Heyman arrived without Braun Breaker. One of them is in a triple threat match because they can't think of anything else. Like, that's all they've been doing is fucking triple threat matches for the past, 2-3 weeks now?
I don't know, since the group formed.
No, I'm talking about this Elimination Chamber shit.
Oh,
It's been
yes, all of
triple
them
threat matches for the men. It's been triple threat matches for the dudes or for the women. And then you sprinkle in Obafemi squashing somebody or the Carmelo Hayes Open Challenge.
Yes, they're deciding who's going to the chamber. So yes, all of them have been triple threat matches. That's just their way.
Usos beat Otis Otis and Tozawa in about 10 minutes. Everyone hugged and kissed after that. Then fucking Byron Saxon interviews the fucking Usos. Saxon says WrestleMania is right around the corner. What's next for the Usos? Jimmy says, well, what's next for the Usos is remaining the best tag team in the game. Then Jimmy turns to Jay and says he needs him to win the Elimination Chamber qualifying match. And then Jay needs to win the Elimination Chamber so he can get back to being main event Jay Uso. Or something equally retarded. I don't know. It's fucking stupid. Stop it. Don't get your hopes up, Jay. Stay right where you are.
I guess the point of this is Jimmy's going to go back away.
I don't
gearing
know.
up for maybe he's good. I think I don't know. Maybe he's going to go back away for a little bit.
Maybe.
Now, through my fast forwarding of this match, I saw Tozawa crying at the end, and I was really confused as to what was happening. But apparently, it was just because they put on a banger.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, is he leaving? Is that it? Was that his final match in WWE?" But no, it's just because they put on a banger.
We had a Punk Roman hype video. I don't know how I'm feeling about this main event.
Why?
Just they haven't sold me on anything.
Well, Roman will be back apparently in March.
Okay.
So, yeah. They'll have time to sell it. It'll be interesting and see what they actually do.
Liv Morgan came out to waste some time. Dominic and Stephanie Vicaire were there too. Dominic, of course, got punked by the significantly smaller Vicaire, who I noticed, like, when she left, she had to sit down on the apron just to get down to the floor. Pretty badass. Like a child. Later, the Judgment Day's in the back. Balor's pouting because he still wants to fight Punk. Dominic says, well, that's probably not going to happen since they're pretty invested in Roman and Punk right now. Like, they literally just did a hype video for them. Balor gets a sandy vagina, storms off. He's like, I thought you were my friend. So they're fighting again this week. That being the Judgment Day.
Yes. Hey, they got to keep doing their stop-start thing.
Rhea Ripley won her stupid triple threat match, of course. And then they wasted time and energy creating a hype video before the match that Ivy Nile was in. Vulcan, of course, ate the pin.
Yes. I'm so surprised that Ivy Nile didn't win that match.
I know. A little pit bull.
Yeah, and I think that was overall my problem with the whole show, is that everything was just so predictable. It's like,
it didn't make any fucking sense. Like, why is Jimmy going to turn to Jay? I need you I need you. I know we just won the tag titles, and this is our first fucking title defense. But what I need you to do is I need you to go back to the main event and break up the team again. And then you got the girls being. You got Liv Morgan. Who gives a shit if this is a mystery? Like, what is the difference if she? Let's say she wrestles Jade Cargill. What's the difference? I don't. Who's the other champion?
Stephanie.
Oh, that's right. What does it matter? What if she carries either belt?
I don't know, being champion.
Okay, and
Well, I think some people think that's a big deal.
it used to be, but it's
Well,
not going to be any different. She's just going to be the same obnoxious shit. She's just going to be carrying a stupid belt. She's not going to be elevating anybody. She's not going to be in any matches that anybody would want to see.
I think they would put a little bit more creative behind her.
We saw the type of creative that she's just going to be fucking having puppy eyes for Dominic and beating girls that she shouldn't be. She'll beat Nia Jax clean, and we're supposed to believe it.
Well,
what? Come on. No.
Alexa Bliss
No.
beat Nia Jax.
Exactly. It's bullshit. It was bullshit then. It's bullshit with Liv Morgan. It's bullshit.
Well,
so I do not give a fuck. She could choose God for all I care, and it'll still be the same interest level for me.
that's fair.
And then we had the Judgment, or not the Judgment Day. Oh, we'll get to the fucking Team Heyman. That nonsense. But yeah, the Usos just I need you to go to win the Elimination Chamber, Jay. Shut up. Just shut up. And why are they even getting an interview in the first place? They've been interrupting the show for the past like 2 or 3 weeks in the crowd, saying their stupid shit. Why do they get a little in-ring post-match interview?
So they can announce that Jay's gonna be in a qualifier, which he is.
I thought he was already announced for that.
Oh, maybe, but they had to tell the crowd.
All right. Well, moving on, Javon Evans had a commercial interview. My only note is no in big bold letters with 2 exclamation points.
You know, there was a time where having a VPN was like important. Or not important, but you know, stuff, let's just say stuff actually happened in the commercial. Now, no.
Yeah.
Like every once in a while there'd be a nugget or something, but now it's just like pointless interviews, it seems. I mean, I still don't get the commercials, but
well, if they put actual creative fucking energy into anything, maybe. But yeah, all they do is talk shit, or nothing happens. I think the big thing was somebody signed their contract during a commercial, and people got butthurt over that.
Javon Evans.
Oh, there you go.
But I'm saying, like, I don't know. They never do like a angle or anything. Maybe they just don't want to leave out the audience or something. I don't know.
They seem to kind of go along with the angle, but they don't like the shit they say doesn't translate to what's on the show. It's like it never happened. It's like its own little universe. It's really weird.
Yeah.
Speaking of interview, we have a CM Punk interview. Dumb fuck Cole's supposed to do it in the ring, but Finn Balor interrupts. He says, "Hey bitches, don't forget about me. I left Punk in the middle of the ring 2 weeks ago. Punk's injured. I know, because I'm the one who injured him. Roman isn't going to take my kill from me. And Balor wants a match at Elimination Chamber. And then Adam Pearce interrupts with security. Says Balor's too late. Leave or get thrown out. Punk comes out, says Balor doesn't deserve a title shot. He deserves an ass whooping. Balor says he's not fighting Punk for nothing. He wants Punk to put the title on the line. So Punk does. And then Adam Pearce steps in the middle of them, of the two, because they wanted to fight right then and there. And he says, no, Balor's going to lose at Elimination Chamber instead. Then Punk turns to dumbfuck Cole to do their interview. And Cole wants to know why Punk's putting the greatest WrestleMania main event in jeopardy for Balor. Which they always... isn't that like more than once that they've said the greatest WrestleMania main event?
I mean, I would assume they say it every year.
Okay.
They're promoters. That's what they're supposed to say.
The greatest?
Yeah.
Okay. Punk does his fighting champion bullshit spiel. It made no fucking sense. Trying to shoehorn an angle into an existing storyline. And we're supposed to believe that Balor has a chance of beating. If he beats Punk, it's not going to be a title change.
He's not beating Punk.
Or if he does,
they're
he'll
already
like
promoting. The real ridiculous thing here is they're already promoting so heavily the Roman and Balor thing. Like, gee, I wonder.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
I'm sorry, Punk. The Punk and Roman.
I know what you meant.
Like, yeah, they're already promoting it. We're going to talk about why later, but yes.
Yeah, there's no way in hell it's going to be Roman and Balor. That's not even a possibility. So why would they shoehorn this shit in?
Well,
I'd rather just not see Punk.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather just not see Punk then.
Well, they want to get him in Chicago since they're going to Chicago.
Oh.
So, that's how they sell them tickets. Oh, let's get Punk because we're going to Chicago, and AJ Lee, who comes back, and instead of having her match at WrestleMania, we're going to do it at Elimination Chamber. And I'm going to go ahead and say she's probably going to win the title too.
Yeah. And just hand it over to Maxine.
I don't know what she's going to do with it. Because she's, they talk about part-timers.
I wonder if... well, we'll get to it. Put a pin on that one.
Sure.
So they're still building up to Pierce getting murdered or something by Team Heyman. Heyman pulls up to Pierce, talks shit. Then Logan Paul does what are you going to do? Because Pierce said to stay out of... Austin Theory has a triple threat match, of course. And Pierce wanted Team Heyman to stay out of it. And Logan Paul's like, well, what are you going to do if we don't? And then Bronson Reed pulls Logan Paul back. He's like, no, he's not your problem. He's my problem now. This is so fucking dumb. This is the dumbest shit ever.
I mean, they got to do something.
Okay, but they haven't done anything. Each one of them say it's, they all seem like they're going to take care of Pierce, and they never do. I don't know. It's just, and then like when they do, okay, you took care of Pierce. Is Pierce going away for a while or what? I mean, I just don't get it.
I don't know, just creating tension.
Okay, but when the tension snaps, either Pierce is going to keep getting the upper hand and these motherfuckers are going to keep looking stupid and then they're just going to be jokes. Or one of them's going to put Adam Pierce through a table And okay, then we're just gonna go to the next week and it's gonna be the same.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what because they don't have Breaker, so I don't know what they can do.
I don't know. And then like when Pierce gets put through a table and he's out for a while, then he comes back. Well, what's he gonna do?
He's
Is he
gonna
gonna
put them in a
wrestle?
match.
Just keep putting him in hellacious matches till
Yeah.
one of them dies.
Keep putting some variant of LA Knight in a match with him. That's what he's gonna do.
It's just I don't understand the thought process. It's not like Stone Cold and Vince where they could at least put hands on each other. I don't see a world where Adam Pearce is going to be
Nor should he.
exactly, yeah. That'd be worse than Gunther and what's his head?
McAfee.
Yeah, because at least McAfee's an athlete. I mean, okay, I know Adam Pearce is too, but he's been out of the game for a while.
Yeah, he's a lot older too. Well, I think he's just under 40 or maybe 40. So he's not that old, but
he just doesn't get physical.
Yeah.
We had a girl match. Natty thinks she is Ronda Rousey now. It's the only thing I can think of as to her new thing.
Yeah, she's her low-key legend.
Oh my god. No Talent Dupree sucks dicks. She did the worst, slowest spin kick I've ever seen in my life. Then the oblivious cunt had the nerve to beat her chest like the Ultimate Warrior immediately after that. Ends in a double countout. AJ Lee helped Dupree because she was getting a sharpshooter on the announce desk. So again, the snuff films meant absolute dick. Because the last time we saw them together, Dupree was kicking her ass.
Yes. Yeah, we talked about it.
Okay. Seth's ugly ass husband came out to attack AJ Lee. And then equally means nothing because it hasn't wrestled in a million years. Please, dear God, eat a cheeseburger. AJ Lee is probably going to beat Natty at some point. Either that or Natty's going to end up beating AJ Lee for the title, and then that's how No Talent Dupree gets her shit back.
Maxine is 2-time champion?
I don't like it any more than you do.
I think it's just going to lead to some kind of tag match. And then...
Okay.
And maybe not even that. But... That's just my guess. At least it's some tag match. I don't think Maxine should be around the championship again.
I don't either. I just think, I'm going based on like logical storytelling, I guess. Because AJ Lee attacked what's her fate. You're saying that she's gonna beat what's her head for the title. So I think at some point Natty and AJ Lee are gonna duke it up, and if they're gonna build up Natty, and I love how her hardcore names are white trash name.
Oh, Natty?
Yeah. Natty Decimate. Shut the fuck up. God damn it.
At least she's getting a push, I guess.
She's had a million pushes.
She has.
That's always, she always comes in as the badass, as the shooter. She's the veteran of the women's thing. She's the little legend. She came from the Stu Hart dungeon. And then she goes back to farting and being a joke, hanging out with the other girls. They're all jokes.
Well, that was under a Mr. McMahon era, so this is different. Maybe. I don't know.
It's not. Actually, it's worse because at least the McMahon era, he just didn't put the people we wanted in the spotlight. He at least put together some coherent storylines. They may have sucked dick, but at least they made sense.
And at least there was something.
Yes, and he didn't just stop or start and stop.
Yeah.
In the LA Knight promo, he's still pissed off at Team Heyman, promises to take Austin Theory's Elimination Chamber spot. And then Chad Gable and Javon Evans beat the Kaisers, lackeys.
Yes. Now, it is going to be, I don't know if interesting is the word, but I guess just for the lack of a better word, because they're obviously building to, okay, so Javon Evans, he had a mystery partner in this match, which of course was Grande Chad Gable, and they beat Grande Kaiser group. What they're building towards here, obviously, is the mask versus mask, Undertaker versus Undertaker match here. Maybe it's not that mask versus mask, but you'd assume that's what it's going to be. Like the loser has to reveal their true identity. But the interesting part is Gable is over here in the United States, but Kaiser's over in Mexico. So it's interesting as what they're going to do. Because, like, I mean, I guess if you're going to run that, I guess, yeah, wherever you're going to predominantly run the gimmick is where you would do. Who would you have? That's who you have win, is where you're predominantly going to do the gimmick. Because those people love them some Kaiser and AAA.
You're saying the Gable's over here.
Yes.
By what metric?
Crowd reaction.
Okay. Penta had a promo too. He thinks he's winning his triple threat match. Spoiler, he's not. And then Bailey cut a promo during a commercial. I'm sorry, Bailey. Then Gunther had an interview. He goes, I know you're going to ask me about Dragon Lee. I couldn't care less. He's facing Javon Evans and Dominic Mysterio in an Elimination Chamber triple threat match. Can't they fucking think of anything different? Just anything.
I think the bigger question is, what are they going to do here? Because
I would say Dragon Lee's going to cost Gunther. Would be my guess.
So he doesn't qualify? Because if he qualifies,
then he's got to retire everybody.
Well, yeah, if he qualifies, he has to win, because the alternative is he gets pinned. And right now, you probably shouldn't be beating him because you're trying to build this thing.
Yep.
So
my guess is Dragon Lee cost him, because he said, yeah, I don't give a shit about Dragon Lee. I'm focused on this. So my guess is either obviously either Javon Evans. I'd say Dominic Mysterio is probably going to win. Or, Gunther wins and who the fuck knows? Wins and losses don't matter. Chelsea Green was, she's one of them ones that she can't keep her dumb fucking mouth shut. She was talking about how, like, wins and losses don't. Well, somebody has to lose all the time. Like, who the fuck is going to just root for a loser?
Apparently a lot of people. This current generation of wrestling fan.
Oh, I just want to see them hold the belt. No, I want a fucking ass kicker. what what are we doing here?
Yeah, we want dominance. The wrestling fans, I mean, they'll echo chamber that too. Oh, wins and losses don't matter.
The fuck it
That's the
doesn't.
problem. Yeah, that's the problem with wrestling right now. Wins and losses don't matter, or you don't think they matter. But to
That's why it's
the mhm.
I said that, well, that's why it's not even remotely believable that 20 loss Finn Balor is not going to fucking beat CM Punk.
Yeah, yeah, it shouldn't matter. Uh, Why have the match if it doesn't matter?
Yeah, it's just filler.
Yeah, you're supposed to be putting two competitors that any one of them can win, unless it's the payoff. Then you know, like even then, even if it's the payoff, you're like, oh well, we don't know who's gonna win. Just sticking to like certain builds, and it's like this is the payoff match, but then you still don't know who's gonna win it because it could go either way. Like, oh, who are they pushing?
Well, finally, LA Knight won the triple threat match. Shocker. The mask guy attacked Theory and cost him the match, so it's not Theory. Rumor has it that it's Grayson Waller. And when I read that before I watched Raw, so when I saw that fucker attack Theory, I could not unsee Waller, and my skin crawled.
I will say he did have the mannerisms down,
Yeah,
so good there. But yes, he's supposed to. Again, they're obviously just having people fill the spot until uh, whatever happens. It's funny though that we have a match here where both people are injured, but yet they're still building a match. They're building a match for two people who are injured,
yes.
and I don't know. First of all, planning for people who aren't there, you don't know how they're going to recover. So they're already taking chances there. And then two, yeah, they're both not there. So what are we going to have? The masked man on both sides?
That'd
The Vision's
be
going to have their
something.
own masked man who's supposed to be Braun Breaker.
Yeah, you have a little hooded guy spearing people,
Yeah.
doing whoa, whoa, whoa.
Who's this masked man?
Yeah, that'd be great. Obafemi had a video package. They're still teasing which show he'll sign to. I'm I'm flipped on the dance because he called it his strut. I'm like, all right, okay, I see where you're going with that.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's just like war thing. I don't know.
Yeah, like I don't know. I envision him thinking that he's a chicken or I don't know, just some fucking weird African shit.
In my tribe, this is the yeah.
This is how the lion goes, and before fucking the lioness. I don't know. But that was Raw. What a piece of shit that was. I can't stress enough how awful. That may have been the worst like show I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it was bad. For me, it was the predictability. Everything was just so predictable. And yeah, it just made it me not interested in the show because everything was predictable. Like all the matches, I knew the outcome before they even rang the bell. And Obviously, they got some injury bug going around, so they can't build stories properly. And then the ones that they are trying to build, they're just not putting no creative effort into it.
Absolutely none.
So, yes.
But they'll fucking have an aneurysm over a stupid ass ladder spot.
Yeah. Got Abyss wanting to go out there and beat his ass because he messed up the ladder spot.
That would have changed the whole dynamic of the match. Shut the fuck up. No. Ah! Mad all over again. Moving on, we have SmackDown. This one was slightly better. We're in Dallas, Texas. Walkers are Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, then Jacob Fatu. They're in a triple threat match later, of course. Some girls because they're doing the same shit. And then we have Jade Cargill and Jordan Grace. Cargill will be defending her belt for the first time since winning it November 1st. Grace is still wearing those goddamn glasses. Tiffany Stratton opened. RuPaul and Nia Jax interrupted her to talk shit. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky then interrupted. Then there was a tag match that went to a no contest. RuPaul put Ripley through the barricade spot where everybody goes through, and Io put Jax through a table. Meh. Just dumb.
Yeah, it was filler.
They just did stuff. We're supposed to go, oh, she put her through a table. Little Io Sky. She's such a bad. Fuck you. No.
Joe Tessitore. Oh, he's through the table! Guy's trying his hardest.
That he is. Cody Rhodes had an interview. The Hole says to get to WrestleMania, Cody needs to win this triple threat match, which is and then a stacked elimination chamber match. So why is Cody confident he'll make it to WrestleMania? Cody says he's in Texas. You can't bet against it, or you can bet against him, but don't do it in Texas.
Good for him.
Then we have Carmelo Hayes walking in the back. Matt Cardona. Can I go back to calling him Zack Ryder now?
You can.
Okay. Zack Ryder and Apollo Crews are still hanging out, and they want a U.S. title shot. Hayes says they're welcome anytime, but tonight the challenge is closed. The Miz pulls up. I guess he hasn't lost enough matches to Hayes, and wants to teach Hayes some respect or something. I don't know where they're going with that. But Matt Cardona and Apollo Crews are, they're hanging out, being BFFs.
That doesn't tell you what they think of Matt Cardona. Although this is 2 weeks now that Apollo Crews has made it to TV. Again, going back to the irony that, Ricochet named him, and then now he's been on TV 2 weeks in a row.
He starred on the show.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what they're trying to keep him for. If that's what
I don't know.
If that's the end game here, we better make Apollo Crews happy. Ricochet said he wasn't happy. We better make him happy. Why? So you could sign him again? What good is that going to do?
Well, you have Apollo Crews on your roster, of course.
He can go to AEW.
No, we need him on WWE.
Ah.
He's an integral part of the roster. Remember that great match he had with in that amazing tag match with in those that cage match? Oh, remember that cage match with
No.
Oh.
But I will say he did have an interesting run when he was when he was the Nigerian guy.
He needs to go back to that. Him and Ovafemi need to tag. Or we need to have Gunther and Ovafemi tag. Be the United Nations or some shit.
Yeah.
We need to have men back in wrestling. I'm sorry. We need to have Brock Lesnar just take Gunther and Obafemi under his wing, teach him how to eat meat that they killed themselves.
With their bare hands.
Yes. Yeah. We had Aleister Cross and Zelina doing a interview or whatever, a promo. Black said something cryptic about Randy Orton. Zelina said something.
I imagine she said something about winning her match that she's going to be in.
I gather that was the most important thing when those two were on the screen. Nothing about Aleister Black.
Well, he's building his feud with Randy Orton.
Is he feuding with Randy Orton?
I guess so.
Okay.
He keeps talking about him. I guess that's what we're going with.
All right. Carmelo Hayes came out. Says he's in the Elimination Chamber qualifying match next week. But this week he's got to face Ilya Dragunov. So Dragunov comes out, but then Solo Sikoa and the MFTs interrupt. Solo says Dragunov has lost. He's like, you've lost like what, 2 times in a row now? Nah. Line starts with me now, so get in the back where you belong. Dragunov talks shit and wants a tag match now, which Hayes wants it to be a tag title match. So Solo and the MFTs just respond by obliterating Hayes and Dragunov. Matt Cardona and Apollo Crews then come out, and they get their asses kicked too. The bad guys are decimating the good guys, and there's absolutely no hope. Except one man arises to the occasion. Shinsuke Nakamura! Nakamura shrugs off his gazillion match losing streak, runs out, single-handedly takes out all of the MFTs, and now the good guys have a chance.
Yep. Such a balance of power right there.
Nick Aldis comes out, makes the match official, so it's a 10-man tag match. Then Solo and the MFTs just win. Melo got pinned. Then the stupid Wyatt Sucks show up in the very, very back of the stands. So they're very motivated to get their stupid magic flashlight back.
Yes, they showed up as far away from it as they can possibly get.
Yes. Oh, we're here. Don't forget about us. We want our flashlight back. Shut up. I hope they never get it back now.
I'm sure they will, but
It's going to be so stupid.
Is it going to be like the Axiom getting his mask back?
Solo's just going to be laying in the back. Look what you did to him.
Yeah.
Charlotte Flair and the other one had a segment. I skipped it.
It's probably for the best.
We had another backstage segment. Nick Aldis, Damian Priest, R-Truth, and the Fruitcake were there. Priest is getting an easy qualifying match. He's going to face Trick Williams and Ilya Dragunov. And then the Fruitcake read a poem. And then R-Truth said he had camel toe.
Ironically, this is like probably one of the best segments of the week of wrestling. When I saw these two were going to be on the screen together, I'm like, okay, we got something. We got some sports entertainment here. And yes.
You're talking about R-Truth and the Fruitcake?
Yes.
Okay.
And yes, R-Truth said that he had a camel toe, which I was thinking after that, can you imagine? This is probably the first time I've heard camel toe on WWE television. And if you were to bet money that the first time you hear it would be in a men's segment, I don't know how you can get. I don't know.
I'd be astonished if we didn't hear it at least once during the Attitude Era.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
And then I further thought, can you imagine like Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior cutting a segment together in backstage and
You got camel toe, dude.
yeah, talking about camel toe on each other. Oh, I think you got a camel toe.
And the power of the warrior. With the camel toe. No, I can't. Clearly.
Yeah, how far we've gotten from men. But that being said, it was I did laugh. And apparently Priest and Nick Aldis broke too. Because they were just laughing uncontrollably.
I thought what's his face was carrying a purse.
I
But
thought
no,
so too. I think that was the point.
yes. But no, it was a purse-like journal, which is even worse.
Yeah. Yeah. Just adding more and more feminine stuff to this guy. So there you go. Really going all in with this gimmick.
Yep. Well, after that, Charlotte Flair's partner won the girl match somehow. And then there was a backstage segment with Jordan Grace and Tiffany Stratton. And then mid-Carter, Chelsea Green showed up. And she's a mid-Carter, so who cares?
Well, she has her broken ankle. And I guess that means no Chelsea Green in the whatever. She might miss WrestleMania with that, but I don't know.
Aw. Sami Zayn and Ray Phoenix had a backstage thing. Sami wants Ray to teach Trick Williams a lesson. And then Sami started doing his heartfelt bullshit. I stopped caring and skipped right to Trick Williams.
Well, the funny thing is, Trick Williams' music started playing while they were still talking. So, yeah, basically he got cut off.
And yeah, Williams said what everybody was thinking. He said, no one in Dallas wants to hear Mr. Can't Get the Job Done tell another sob story. Every single week, he comes out. He's backstage, moping around. He's got Skechers on his feet. He ain't combed his hair. His breath smell like 10 pounds of that bounce that ass. He's begging for another opportunity. That makes Trick Williams sick. Makes me sick. Williams says if Zayn comes out moping in his match with Cody and Jacob Fatu, he's going to get his ass eaten alive, and then he beat Ray Phoenix.
I think we might be looking at the WrestleMania match, possibly.
Williams and Zayn?
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's kind of like the flip of Booker T versus Triple H. Like they're building up that Sami Zayn's the bum, and Trick Williams is the high class one of the two.
I just don't know what's wrong with Skechers.
They don't have a cool factor.
Skechers?
Yeah.
They're fucking comfortable as
They're-
shit, though.
Only old people wear Skechers, really.
That's
And
not true.
it's because yes, it is. And it's
No,
because the
it's a
slip-ons.
skateboard. They used to be a skateboarding shoe.
Yeah, but they made the slip-ons now. They're an old person thing. Now, I think Heelys is the main skateboarding. Maybe Chuck Converse. But yeah, Skechers, since they made them slip-ons, they've gone old.
I wear Crocs, so I can't really say anything.
Oh, you wear Crocs.
Yep.
Oh. I didn't know you were a Croc person.
Oh yeah, they're fucking
Ugh.
comfortable. They're lightweight. I
Do
got
you at
them.
least go in sports mode?
Oh yeah.
Okay. You know, my son wears Crocs all the time, and I'm like, you're not even in sports mode. What if you had to run?
Oh, well, I got like different versions though. I don't have like the.
Well, I mean, like the sports mode is like the
Yeah.
strap at the back. You can pull it up so that they, stay on when you. They're not flip flops.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't wear them. Yeah, I wear them like that because I think I don't want people to see the Crocs when I'm walking from behind. If I put them in the front, then I hide them with my shoe with my pants because they're not obviously Crocs. They're not like the ones with the holes.
Oh. Oh, they're like. They do make, they make a bunch of different variants now.
Yeah, like
They
I
even
want.
make Croc shoes, like actual shoes.
Yeah, I have the when I was doing a side job for a food truck, I got a pair of bistro shoes because I remember chefs saying that the Crocs are really good for no slip. So that's why I got them in the first place. And then I got a pair of the bistro shoes. They're fucking comfortable as shit, and they're lightweight. And if you get them dirty and shit, you just wash them. And my lazy ass, I don't have, you don't have to worry about shoestrings. You don't have to worry about having your shoe untied in the public restroom and then having to take your shoelace off and throw it away. Walk around with a shoelaceless foot.
I mean, I guess they have come a long way, Crocs. Because it used to be the people who were wearing Crocs were just like,
Fat people.
yes, fat, unathletic, nerd
Yeah,
people.
I get
Like,
it.
you can tell that if you saw them in Crocs, you just knew they were the people who sat alone at the lunch table and didn't talk to anybody. Or, well, I guess everybody tries to do that now, but I'm
Yeah.
talking about in high school. Because we're so close removed from high school that I'm still talking about it. But
I recommend a pair though. They're very comfortable, especially like with door dashing and shit. They're cheap. They're
door
beater cheap.
dashing, with all that walking, I need real shoes.
Yeah, those are real shoes.
They're not real shoes.
I
I'm
promise you.
giving you that they're comfortable. Maybe. I don't know. I've never wore, and I take that. No, I've tried some on, but I don't know. I just don't see them.
I've done it.
I don't know.
I've done it.
I wear Hokas and
I don't know what Hogan
on
are.
clouds. They're running shoes.
Oh. Where was it? Oh yeah, there was a dumb girl backstage segment with Julia, Io, Ripley, and Jade. I skipped it. Jordan Grace had a video package, and then Jacob Fatu had a promo. His whole thing is he's all geared up for the Elimination Chamber match because he's been to prison.
Yeah. Well, you knew they were going to go there with it.
Apparently. Then we had Jordan Grace versus Jade Cargill. I had every intention of watching this match until Liv Morgan and No Definition Rodriguez showed up. And Jade Cargill won.
Yep. They were drinking Dom Perignon, so there you go. Or Perignon.
I don't care. Why?
Because this was the Galentine's Day of the show of SmackDown. You
But
see,
what?
Galentine's Day.
The one interesting match you have on this whole fucking show, and you're going to interrupt it with some bullshit? You could have done that with any match.
Liv Morgan is scouting to see who she's going to face.
That's great, but this is Jade Cargill's first title defense.
Well, I mean, they really didn't do anything, so
they were a distraction.
Yeah.
When I was fast forwarding, they kept cutting to their stupid little table with them drinking wine. Well, I don't want to see that. I want to see Jordan Grace and Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill hasn't wrestled for fucking ever. Is she better?
Maybe that's why they sent the distraction out there, just in case. She did sell. She sold. So there's that. She did that turnbuckle spot where she goes for the charge, and then she sold an arm injury throughout the match. So there's that.
Yeah. We had Solo and the MFTs backstage. They're talking some shit to the other tag teams. I think it was Motor City Machine Guns and Axiom. And then we see that the Wyatt Sucks left a cartoon drawing of Solo's head as the magic flashlight. The cartoon really freaks Solo out.
Anything but going to get the lantern themselves.
Yes.
They're playing these mind games about coming to get it, but they're not going to actually go get it.
No. Until maybe WrestleMania. Or the SmackDown before WrestleMania.
If they drag it out that long, I don't know. I mean, it's Bray Wyatt, so this is all.
Don't. Stop it! Stop it now. He's done rolled over. Femi should be squashing the fruitcake again next week. Femi is part of SmackDown. So
actually, he's not.
I thought he signed.
He didn't sign.
Oh,
he was about to sign, and then he got interrupted, and then they set up a match. I don't know if he should go to SmackDown. I see the pros and the cons of him going to SmackDown. If he goes to now, Brock is showing up on Raw. They've advertised this. So if he goes to SmackDown, then I don't know how he's going to build the feud with Brock Lesnar for WrestleMania if he's on Raw. But maybe that was the thing. Maybe he was close to signing on SmackDown, and then we're going to get some kind of face-off or something with him and Brock on Raw.
Does he have to wrestle Brock?
He doesn't have to, but I think that's one of the better matches they can do. But on the other hand, if he goes to Raw, now he's on the same brand as Braun Breaker and Gunther, which are also big matches you can do. So how long can you keep that apart?
I'd like to see him in a match against like Randy Orton, and he completely just decimates him.
Yeah, they should keep the.
or even like Roman. Well,
Well, you ain't
okay,
gonna be
Roman's
going
out, but no, I'm saying seriously. There's somebody established, and Oba just like destroys him. That's how you fucking
Yeah,
get
there's
him.
other people he can do.
Like who?
There's other people on the card, not named Roman Reigns, that he can do that with.
I'm just saying, if he did it to Roman Reigns, though, that
He's not doing it to Roman Reigns.
just,
It's out of the question. It ain't happening.
just tossing him all over
Just
the
get it
place.
out of get the idea out of your head. Think of a different one.
Tossing him one handed. He has a better body, talks better.
He's not gonna do it. It's not happening.
What do you think of Oba's promo?
I like it. I like that he has his he has an accent.
Yeah, that makes it, obviously.
Yeah.
And he says mystical sounding shit. Some people are always caught in the past. Relics. I am the future.
Yeah. Yeah. And everything he says sounds so like
Deep.
old tribe.
Yeah.
Like in my tribe they say. I don't know why I keep putting him back in a tribe. Maybe he needs a tribe. In my country.
Yeah, the Fruitcake wrote a poem about Femi after last week, and Aldous read it against the Fruitcake's wishes, knowing that this is just a level of devious, because Aldous snatches the book from him, and then, oh, it's bookmarked. Let me just read it. And Oba's right there. Oh, it's a poem right about Oba. Let me just go ahead and read it. And he does. And it leads to what's going to happen next week. So Aldous knew that the consequence of him reading that poem
was gonna get him killed.
yes. And he did not care. In fact, he laughed about it. He was jovial.
Yes, took great pleasure in it. Some might say that there's a hate crime.
We have a Drew McIntyre interview. He says Randy Orton can't win the big one. LA Knight is a catchphrase merchant. He promised Cody will be nowhere near McIntyre, his title, or the main event of WrestleMania. Fatu has the best chance of winning because he spent most of his time behind bars. And he starts to talk about Sammy, but Sammy happens to interrupt. But Sammy wants McIntyre to go on. So he says he wants Sammy to win because he's a good man. And one day he will be champion. So McIntyre's on that fucking boat too. McIntyre says he has a feeling that Sammy's winning the big one tonight. And then Sammy looks confused.
I think he was just saying that to set up. Like he was saying, "Oh, you can be a champion, Sammy." I think he was just saying that because he's trying to manipulate the situation.
McIntyre always tells the truth.
He does, but I don't know.
I think he meant that.
Maybe he did, but he also knows that he's whatever 13-0 against Sammy. So,
Well, he said that too. He's like, I know I want you to win, and not for the reason that you think I would want you to win. It's because you're a good man. And one day I believe you will be champion.
yeah, I think he just had ulterior motives there.
All right. Well, Cody won the triple threat, so it doesn't matter anyway. McIntyre tried to make Sammy win, which it was pretty obvious that's where it was going. But Cody wouldn't die. Sammy ended up hitting McIntyre with a hell of a kick. And then Cody grabbed the distracted Sammy and won with a crossroad. A single crossroads.
Yep. And you had people that were upset about this finish. The fact that McIntyre hit the Claymore and Cody kicked out of it.
I liked
But
when he
there
hit
was
the Claymore on Fatu when he was pinning, what was it, Sammy?
Yeah. Yeah, Fatu hit the mighty moonsault, goes for the cover, and then he Claymored him out of the pin.
Which that's good shit to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't. I thought for a minute Sammy was gonna win, and then Cody was just gonna somehow weasel his way back into the Elimination Chamber anyway.
I don't know how they get around it. I think because we were thinking, or I think maybe we have it wrong. And by we, I mean just like the internet community who are guessing that it was going to be a triple threat match. Because Fatu's out.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he gets in. If he gets in, it kind of defeats the whole purpose of
the qualifying match.
The qualifying match and the Elimination Chamber. Because if he doesn't qualify for the Elimination Chamber, and then whoever wins, probably Cody wins the chamber, and then he gets added to the match somehow, then yes, it kind of nullifies the whole Elimination Chamber.
Unless they do like a last chance thing.
Yeah. And maybe they do it that way. But even then, like, it doesn't look likely that it's going to be a triple threat match.
No, I don't think it is.
Because I just don't know how you get around the Elimination Chamber.
Maybe they pin each other. Could they do that?
At the end?
Because
maybe they're the last two. Maybe they're the last two, and then I don't know. McIntyre gets involved.
Yeah,
and there's not a winner.
They've set that precedent.
Yeah, but there has to be a winner.
Not if McIntyre takes them both out.
But even then,
he is dead set on Cody not being champ, or not facing Cody again.
I know, but even then, they still have to have a winner. This would be like.
So what?
This would be like the Fiend versus Seth Rollins at Elimination Chamber when they. I'm sorry, not Elimination Chamber. At Hell in a Cell when they called it a DQ. Like, you can't do a DQ. It's Elimination Chamber. There has to be a winner.
Yeah, and so it'll be Jacob Fatu, Cody Rhodes. McIntyre will make it a no contest because we'll take them both out. He'll have a sledgehammer or something. And then the next SmackDown, Nick Aldis will be pissed off. And they'll say, to rectify this situation, it's a triple threat match at WrestleMania. Good job, Drew. You got 2 opponents to worry about. Cheerio.
Yeah, I guess that's like the only
way I could see them getting to a triple threat match.
Yeah, at this point, that's the only way they can get there.
But I think it's more likely to be Cody and McIntyre.
Yeah. So go ahead and start complaining, internet, because it's coming. Because yeah, they're already. Although it sounded like Sammy was getting booed pretty heavily too.
As he should.
Yeah, like Trick Williams said, we're tired.
Like, shut the
We're
fuck
tired
up
of this
already.
whole championship thing. I don't know if he's. I don't know if he's going to actually do it. Like the story here is for him to be the Mick Foley winning the championship. Like that's what they're going for. But the crowd's starting to turn on him. So
Because
I
he's
don't
a
know.
whiner.
Well, he's a whiner. Uh, he wears Skechers and his hair's unkept. Like,
Breath
yeah,
smells like 10 pounds of bounce that ass.
yeah, he looks like he should be parking cars or, you know, the janitor.
I don't like how, and it's not just Sammy, but they just seem like they wear their shit. Like they don't put any effort into like costumes and shit.
Well, Sammy definitely doesn't. I mean, he wears Target stuff,
Yeah.
like Target brand clothes.
It's just, I don't know.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. Actually,
No.
people call it Target because it's expensive.
No, there's nothing wrong with that at all. There's nothing wrong with being comfortable, but you're a wrestler. You're supposed to be larger than life. Remember when they were like used to be superheroes?
Yes.
Now they're just like somebody you would just see at Walmart.
And not even recognize it until they told you.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I don't know why you'd be asking, but I'm a wrestler.
There's very few that would pass the airport test.
Yes.
But that was SmackDown. Like I said, it was better than Raw. I don't think you can be worse than Raw was if you tried.
Yeah, the bar was so low there for Raw. It was hard not to be better.
But moving on, we have our Wrestling Rewind. And this week is WCW's Halloween Havoc 1999. Starts off with a hype video. Goldberg is seriously wanting to kick Psycho Sid's ass and take the U.S. title from him. So I guess there's a match scheduled. But Goldberg can't lay a finger on Sid or he loses his title opportunity. Goldberg doesn't give a shit and spears Sid anyway. So Psycho Sid then rips up something. He says it was like Goldberg's final destination or some shit and stuffed it in his mouth. But before that, he powerbombed Goldberg and says, "See you at Halloween Havoc." Then ripped up the contract and I don't know. Hulk Hogan and Sting are still feuding. For some reason, they used Sting's promo from last pay-per-view for his parts. Like, it wasn't a good promo, so I don't know why the fuck you would recycle that horse shit. I'm back in black. Shut up.
It's showtime, folks.
Oh my God.
Like
that's his catchphrase.
That's his thing, yeah.
So we're live in Las Vegas. Tony Schiavone and Bobby Heenan are on commentary. The commentary booth is, I don't know if it's just me noticing it or if it's been like this for a minute, but set up just like the old Raw, just ringside.
So before we get further, I think it's worth noting here that this is Vince Russo's first.
You just stepped on my dick.
Oh, sorry. I just thought it was important to lay that groundwork.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right. Nope, you're good. Yep. Vince Russo. Vince Russo, Ed Ferrara are here. I'll edit around it. A commentary set up, just like the old Raw. Schiavone says, breaking news. Rey Mysterio's leg is busted. Therefore, he's unable to compete tonight. As a result, WCW's powers that be have stripped the filthy animals, Conan and Rey Mysterio, of the tag titles. So a 6-man street fight will now be held to determine the new tag champions. So it's Harlem Heat, the First Family, which is Brian Knobbs and Hugh Morris, and the Filthy Fucking Animals. Only it's Conan and Billy Kidman. So to recap, the Filthy Animals were supposed to be wrestling the First Family, but Ray got hurt. So now, because of Ray's injury, Harlem Heat is now added to the match, and Conan will be wrestling with Billy Kidman instead of just letting Conan pick a new partner and defend the titles anyway.
Yeah, going Freebird rule and just letting someone else fill in. They stripped him of the titles.
But he wrestled in the match anyway, so it didn't make any fucking difference.
No, Ray was the one that was hurt.
I understand that, but like it doesn't matter because they stripped Conan. Conan's the tag champion, right?
Yes.
And they stripped him of the belts because Ray couldn't compete. So then, because Ray couldn't compete, they developed this whole new match. But then they put Conan, who was the champion, in the match. So they could have just have him keep the belt.
Yeah, so I said they should have done the Freebird rule and just have him use, because now I didn't realize it at the time, but I quickly realized that he's in this little faction with Kidman and Eddie Guerrero's the other one.
Yeah.
So they could have did the Freebird rule and just have him pick one of his running mates as the fill-in for Rey Mysterio.
Which I don't understand why they didn't.
Yeah.
So Heenan says someone's going to the hospital. Shivani then goes over to over the rest of the card. And Heenan's just excited about Psycho Sid versus Goldberg. He says there's going to be an earthquake tonight. But first we have Disco Inferno versus Lash LaRue for the WCW Cruiserweight title. Disco came out like a rhinestone cowboy, but when the bell rang, he kicked some ass. LaRue just looked like a generic white dude, but he came out to fight too. I appreciated the intensity of the match. LaRue tried a Frankensteiner from the top rope and basically used Disco to powerbomb himself. So that was nice. Then Disco goes for a stunner. That's blocked. Then he hits a pile driver. Somehow LaRue kicked out of that. Then LaRue hits his move. I guess I took Shivani's word for it because I don't know what it is. But Disco kicked out of that.
It was the Blue Thunder Bomb is what he hit.
I thought, was that before
they called
or
it something different, but...
Okay.
No. Okay, so after the match, he did a different move. But the one he hit that Shivani said was his move was the Blue Thunder.
Was the Blue Thunder? Okay. I wasn't paying attention. Then Disco hits an atomic drop and then a stunner and actually won the match. And yeah, LaRue threw a fit after the match, slammed Disco on his title. I think it was a Michinoku driver.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that. On the title.
Yeah. And even though I couldn't care less about Disco or LaRue, I thought this was a really good opener. And Disco's dancing didn't cost him the match for once. He didn't even stop to dance. Well, he did during a Bret Hart elbow drop, but that was it. So good for him.
Yeah. I was confused with this opening match. Like, why is this LaRue guy... Like, how did he make it to pay-per-view?
Right.
I know, like, historically, they've done, like, Prince Iakea and stuff. Like, how are they on... like, this is a pay-per-view. What? I think overall, just with this show, it kind of felt like it was it felt like it was booked like a Nitro.
Okay.
Like, yeah, with all the... I don't know. It just felt like it was booked as a TV show, not a pay-per-view. And this is one piece of evidence here of that. But, yes, it did turn out to be overall an okay match.
Yeah, LaRue did kind of a trailer park quality about him. I didn't get Cajun at all.
Yeah.
Well, then we have The Revolution. I hope you're sitting down. Oh, you are. So there's trouble brewing within the Revolution. Specifically, Benoit and Malenko are questioning Shane Douglas's actions. So they cut to a video that was filmed before the pay-per-view. Benoit and Malenko are arriving to the building. Apparently, they've been in Japan for some reason. Saturn greets the two and is irritated that neither one of them has called him or Shane because this is a big night for the Revolution. Malenko and Benoit tell Saturn to shove the Revolution up his ass and to tell Shane the same. It's also worth noting that Perry Saturn looked ridiculous. He looked more ridiculous in this pay-per-view than he did when he was wearing dresses.
And that's saying something.
It's like he was trying to be Eddie Murphy. Mike Tenay interviews Harlem Heat. He says Harlem Heat lost the tag titles this past Monday and has a chance to regain them tonight. However, they first must get past the Filthy Animals and the First Family. Booker says they've been fighting people like the First Family and Filthy Animals on the streets their whole lives. So this won't be I can't imagine what streets have Brian Knobbs and Hugh Morris just roaming around.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking that. I didn't even hear the Filthy Animals because when he said we've been fighting suckers on the street like the First Family, I got lost. I was like, what streets were you on that you have people who look like that you're fighting?
Like, I can kind of see Brian Knobbs being like a biker.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Were you fighting people like Hugh Morris? I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I don't see you both being on the same kind of streets.
Yeah. Like, you guys need to go out of your way to be on the
on that street.
Stevie Ray says both teams are in the wrong place at the wrong time. This is Harlem Heat's night. And Harlem Heat also plan on teaching the Filthy Animals a lesson for stealing their tag titles in the first place. And Booker made it the whole interview without calling anyone the N-word. And Stevie Ray did, however, call the First Family fat fruit booties. And the Filthy Animals were filthy, rotten egg-sucking animals.
There you go.
So that leads us to the First Family versus Harlem Heat versus the Filthy Animals in a street fight. And this is for the World Tag Team titles. Brian Knobbs and Hugh Morris came out with a dumpster full of weapons. They're also wearing Halloween masks. And yeah, the match starts. It's a big brawl like you would expect. Knobbs ends up cracking Morris in the head with a trash can intended for Booker T. They did the arm thing and same shit they do every pay-per-view. Booker T gets pissed at Jimmy Hart, chases him up the entrance ramp. Knobbs follows, and they start fighting. Stevie Ray eventually catches up with Knobbs and Booker. And then Knobbs gets thrown into a casket, and then a tombstone gets broken over his face. Meanwhile, back in the ring, Hugh Morris gorilla press slams Kidman straight onto a chair. And Harlem Heat and Brian Knobbs end up fighting all the way in the back. Booker T super kicks Stevie Ray by accident, and then starts beating the shit out of both of them with a trash can. Then Knobbs hits Booker with a water bottle, and Shivani started laughing at him about it. Like totally just like ruining it. Like, what else? Are you gonna add a pillow next? Meanwhile, back in the ring, Morris hits Conan with a no laughing matter through a table. And then back to the back, Stevie Ray hits a mummy with a world's strongest slam right on like a fucking statue or a mannequin of a mummy with the world's strongest slam right onto Brian Knobbs and gets the pin. And I guess the match is over. Like, it just kind of stopped. Well, Harlem Heat stopped, and they just kind of mosey on back to the ring with the ref. And the ref he's holding his arm up. Then somehow, after hitting Conan with his finishing move through a fucking table, Morris gets pinned by the Filthy Animals. So there's confusion because no one knows who actually won. Well, Harlem Heat's ref did because he's the only one with his arm up. Harlem Heat get in the ring. Kidman has like, I think he has one belt, and then Harlem Heat end up getting the other one, and then Booker just takes it from Kidman, so they're the champions.
Just straight snatches it from him.
Yeah, so unnecessarily complicated. And then Rey Mysterio came out looking ridiculous. I guess Tori Wilson's with him now. And
I
then
thought she was with Kidman.
I think she will be. I thought she was with David Flair.
She was. Not this lady. By the way, nice little jeans she had on there.
Yeah.
Straight from the 90s, Tommy Hilfiger. I remember that was like the big, that was the expensive one, Tommy Hilfiger.
Yeah. Are they still around?
Yeah. Well, I don't think they are.
So at least Harlem Heat were color coordinated for the first time since reuniting. That's all I really have to say about this.
I don't know what I thought about it. So, yes. So the fall ended in the back, but I guess there was no TVs or anything because the crowd had zero reaction to it.
There's no reaction. Like I said, it just stopped. It was very awkward.
Well, because they got the pin. But then, yeah, they walk back out, and then
But he didn't
another
signal for the
pin's-
bell. He did. I don't know.
yeah, and then the other pin happens while they're walking out, and yeah, I don't think the crowd knew what was going on. So that's just what makes me think they didn't have it on the Tron or anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I could see what they were going for, but just the execution wasn't good.
Well, then we cut to the arena parking lot. Rick and David Flair have now arrived, and Flair is carrying a crowbar. And I guess we're going to find out what that's about later. Then Diamond Dallas Page comes out. Paige is back with Kimberly. Thankfully, she seems to have, and thankfully he seems to have ditched Bam Bam and Canyon, especially Canyon.
No more Jersey Triad, and we didn't even get the payoff on pay-per-view.
Oh, I'd love to know the conversation that Kimberly and Paige had, because she was with the the booty daddy or whatever the fuck he was, the booty man.
Yeah.
Kimberly gets mic time, of course. 14 times. 14 times. That's not the number of stupid championships you won. That's how many times Ric Flair spanked my ass. Worth noting that Kimberly's nipples could cut glass.
Yeah, they're as hard as could be. I think they were getting harder during the promo too. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to what she was saying. So
yeah. Well, I was, unfortunately.
It was awkward. That whole segment was awkward.
Yes. Kimberly says that's okay because DDP smacks his ass, or DDP smacks her ass all the time when they fuck. And then DDP says he loves his wife. He hates Flair, but after tonight, he'll never forget DDP. And he mocks David Flair specifically. Kimberly invited David Flair to her hotel room, and he asked Ric Flair to go in his place. So he made fun of him for that. Boy, a man going to do a boy's job or something like that. And then crowd Crowd then starts telling Paige that he sucks. Paige says he can't possibly suck because he's not from Las Vegas. And then Paige goes back to Flair spanking Kimberly 14 times. Says you like to spank it, don't you, Nature Boy? Then he says, I got your spank right here. And he starts to take off a belt that's not looped through his pants. He goes, you want to spank it, Nature Boy? Let's whack it. Let's jack it all night long. Strap match. And then he says Flair better whack DDP all night long because DDP is going to be whacking Flair all night long.
Yeah. Awkward. And especially awkward, like, you know, Kimberly's like 14 times. That's how many times you spanked me. But when DDP does it, and I'm talking about intimately,
Yeah.
I enjoy it. Like, oh, get this segment over, please.
Intimately speaking.
Yeah. And then I was like, I was confused. I was like, did we not already know it was a strap match? Like, they didn't say that at the beginning?
I don't think so. I don't know.
I mean, I thought I knew it was a strap match.
I may have said it.
And I wouldn't have stuck from that.
I mean, I get my shit from Wikipedia. It doesn't say like, oh, it was announced.
Well, I wouldn't have. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that is where I got it from. But I just, yeah, I was like, I think I already knew that, didn't I? Like, I thought they did it in the rundown, but yeah, I could have just been confused where I heard it.
Well, Goldberg arrives to the arena, and he goes looking for Psycho Sid. Dropped his bag and everything. I'm sure nothing will come of that. Then Eddie Guerrero had an interview. Kidman and Tori Wilson were there. The Filthy Animals won't be ringside for Eddie's match. Tenay calls Eddie a thief because he stole Ric Flair's Rolex. And Eddie's wrestling Saturn.
Yep.
Which brings us to Perry Saturn versus Eddie Guerrero. Eddie came out wearing a Ric Flair's watch, and he gave it to Heenan to hold. Saturn ended up doing a lot of submissions, had a cool spot on the floor where he picked Eddie up and just dropped him on the steps. Then Eddie tried and failed a frog splash. Pretty ho-hum after that. Eventually, Flair came out, and he beats the shit out of Eddie with a crowbar. Or with the crowbar he was carrying. And then Kidman and Tori come out. Kidman gets his ass kicked, and then Flair just forces himself onto Tori before and after dancing. And Tori then shows that she liked it when her choices are taken away from her. And then Flair leaves after a while, but then comes back. He's just like, oh shit, I forgot my watch. So.
Yes, there's that.
I felt like that should have been better, but it wasn't.
I'll be honest, I didn't really watch this one.
Yeah.
Just because I was pressed for time and I had to get the notes done for the show tonight. So this was just the match. Because I watched it on my laptop, as we've discussed. So I had to have it in another tab so I could only hear this match. If I'm being honest.
No, you didn't miss anything. It seemed like they were working to get to the stuff at the end.
There you go.
Well, then we learned something's happening backstage. Goldberg's beating the shit out of Psycho Sid. Sid is a bloody mess and keeps screaming at Goldberg, is that all you got? Something about Sid being pummeled and bleeding and then standing up like you know, he wasn't just getting his ass kicked. I don't know. Just something didn't look right to me. They were trying to tell a story about this, about how Sid was like an unstoppable monster, but all I saw was Sid just getting his ass beat and being bloody.
Like, he's an unstoppable monster. Well, you didn't stop you from getting mounted and pounded.
Yeah.
where where was your monster at that point? Like, why did you prevent that from happening if you're such a monster?
And is that all you got? You better be glad he didn't have more because you'd be dead right now.
Yeah, you weren't stopping him at all. Like, he was defenseless. And then he's like, "Is that all you got?"
It seemed like one of those people that were trying to save face after losing a fight.
Yeah, like Conor McGregor breaking his leg and still talking shit.
Yeah. Like, okay. Well, then Buff Bagwell comes out to the ring. He says he has a problem with WCW's 2 new writers. And he also has a problem with Jeff Jarrett assaulting him with a guitar. And Buff wants Jarrett to bring his hillbilly Tennessee ass to the ring so Buff can shove his foot up it. And to his credit, Jarrett does come right out and they have a good old man fight. Then Lex Luger comes out and tries to take out Jarrett with the guitar, but ends up attacking Bagwell by mistake. And Luger did not give one fuck about accidentally hitting Bagwell.
Yeah, didn't check on him whatsoever.
Nope, didn't even look at him.
It was just like, oops.
What did I hit? Then we had some backstage shit. Psycho Sid is getting stitches. Mike Tenay is about to do some sort of interview or monologue or something, but then Sid flips out and repeatedly screams, "Let it bleed," which is a great strategy. Eddie Guerrero is then crumpled up in pain on some stairs. He's making a phone call. Turns out he's calling Rey Mysterio Jr., who I think is at the hospital with Conan. Eddie tells Rey to get his ass back to the ring because they need filthy animal business. Yeah. Brad Armstrong versus Berlin. Judging from Armstrong's Dollar Store USA sweatshirt, it looks like this is going to be America versus Germany. And sure enough, Berlin apparently hates all American wrestlers. And Armstrong is as American as apple pie, despite being a filthy animal the last time we saw him.
Was he?
Yes.
I didn't know who the hell this guy was.
Brad Armstrong?
Yeah.
It was he was with the filthy animals against the West Texas Rednecks.
Yeah, didn't know him one bit. Maybe it's just because he was wearing something different.
We've seen him I think at least in 4 or 5 pay-per-views.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe it's just the change of outfit that.
Yeah. He did look a little bit more legit. Not legit. He didn't look like he looked like a 90s MMA fighter instead of a wrestler. It's weird. So Berlin kicks Armstrong's ass the entire match. And then Berlin goes for a neck breaker, which is his finishing move, apparently. Armstrong blocks it and then pins Berlin. After the match, Berlin kicks Armstrong's ass.
Yep.
I watched this match and I just wanted to buzz cut Alex Wright's hair.
You didn't like it?
Nope.
Well, I was surprised. Maybe he's lost already. But yeah, I was surprised that he already lost to this guy. Apparently, this guy's really in wrestling, so it's no surprise that he lost. I don't know. It's weird that I just didn't recognize him.
It is weird. We had a Ric Flair interview. Tenay says Flair looks like a man possessed. Well, Flair said last week the Filthy Animals thought they were ready for the main event. Tonight, he slapped their mediocre asses back down to reality. And if any of them have a problem with that, he'll be here all night. And Flair says, come find me. As far as DDP and the strap match goes, two of the very best will be strapped together. Flair says last week he spanked DDP's wife. She looked at Flair and said, woo, nature boy. Nature boy. Nature boy. I've never been spanked like that. You were right. I should have been. Hold on. I've never been spanked like that. You were right. I should have got that spanking woo from my daddy a long time ago. And Flair goes on to say Kimberly went, woo, nature boy. Woo, Space Mountain. She said it. I heard it.
That was the funniest part. She said it. I heard her. Like, I know you don't believe me, but I heard it.
And then he said Tori got to taste some of Flair too. And Flair then says he's fucking Kimberly after beating Paige tonight.
Yep.
It's making that dark side of the ring look a little bit different. So for Chris Benoit versus Rick Steiner, it's for the WCW World Television Championship. Steiner tossed around tossed Benoit around a lot. Benoit fought back. Steiner kicked him in the balls. And then they tried to tell a story where Steiner was just targeting Benoit's dick the rest of the match. Like he slammed him on the turnbuckle. Well, you know what that move does? It stretches your groin. Much like the Saturn match last pay-per-view, it's getting really embarrassing for Benoit. Steiner drops Benoit on his head and just laughs about it. But then Benoit tries one last offensive fury, but the ref gets taken out. So Steiner goes to grab a chair. Benoit sidesteps the chair and punches it right into Steiner's face. Steiner falls to the mat with the chair lying over him. Benoit goes for the diving headbutt. And as Benoit's falling, Steiner just throws it right in his face. Then Dean Malenko comes out and grabs the chair. And he teases Kraken Steiner with it, but ultimately he turns on his good old buddy, Chris Benoit. Malenko rolls the referee back in the ring, who's still down. And then Steiner makes the cover and becomes the new World Television Champion. Perry Saturn was there, still looking ridiculous. And he and Malenko hug. Apparently the revolution continues or whatever. Malenko started to say something into the camera, but it was immediately cut off.
Yeah.
So their friendship of 15 years is just done.
Through the Horsemen, through everything.
All for Shane Douglas and Saturn, who was not there. Shane Douglas, that is.
Nope, couldn't show up to work.
We got a Bret Hart interview. He's feuding with Lex Luger, who recently attacked Hart with a baseball bat and cost him the world title match. So Hart is coming into the match hurt, and he's wrestling against doctor's orders. Hart said he's wrestled Hurt before. He's also wrestled Lex Luger before. So as long as the fans are behind him, that's all that matters. And he says Luger will be excellently executed. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you have Lex Luger versus Bret Hart. Luger has an epic entrance now. I wouldn't be surprised if it inspired Chris Masters.
It may have. I was trying to think if this was before or after his WWE run, because it kind of gave me Narcissist vibes.
What? Are you talking about Luger?
Yeah.
This is well after his WWE run.
Okay.
his WWF run was like the whole Nitro thing that began with Luger jumping ship to from WWF.
Well, you got to imagine it's hard to kind of keep up with the timelines here, just because how we're watching it.
Okay.
So, yes, I may be off on timings, but yeah, it kind of felt like it was inspired a little bit by the Narcissist,
Yeah.
especially with him posing and he's like showing off all his striations and.
Well, that's really all he's been. Like,
Yeah.
just have a good body. The Narcissist, the total package. Just flexes.
Weightlifting guy.
Yeah.
What was it? I forgot. Some kind of bodybuilding thing where he was. Remember he did that like satellite interview with WWE?
Oh, the World Bodybuilding Federation or some shit?
Yeah, that thing.
That's right, yeah. So that's all he knows. So the match starts and Hart just kicks Luger's ass. Then they tumble out of the floor and Brett tweaks his fucked up leg. And that's pretty much all she wrote for Brett. Luger targets the leg, and then he ends up getting Brett in a half Boston Crab, and Brett taps out. And that's it.
Yep. Now, they did finish, or they continued the story for Monday, because as they showed us on the video package, he attacked Hart's ankle on Monday, or leg. So, they told a story here about it, so that's good.
They did. Take notes, Triple fucking H.
Yes.
Like, you have this shit in your vault. It's not like, this is somebody else's book. Goldberg had an interview. Tenay wants to know if Goldberg thinks his actions made Psycho Sid more dangerous tonight. And Bill points to Sid's blood stain on the floor and says, nope.
It's funny that they were just conveniently standing right by the spot where that blood was still there.
It's funny that they didn't even try to clean it up.
Like, there's a piece of his skull right there. You think?
Medusa comes out. Apparently, she's modeling for WCW's Cologne. And she's in a tiny bikini wearing pigtails. She goes straight to the commentary team and acts horribly. The way her dialogue's written, we're supposed to think she's talking about her tits, but it was just awkward and bad. Medusa then talks about the two writers from New York and the fact that she has to model for the Cologne. And then she said that's bullshit. And for no reason at all, she dumps the entire bottle on Heenan. And I'm thinking nothing would have been lost if we never saw this.
Well, I was thinking, and she threw away the WWF Women's Champion in the trash, and look at her now. I was just saying, the grass isn't always greener on the other side. Like, now you're reduced to pumping some kind of cologne that they were riffing on. I think she did it on Heenan because he was talking about how bad it was, but Shivani was also saying how bad it was too.
Well, before this, she was wrestling Luna Vachon and Bull Nakano and shit, though.
Yes. And then she got those knockers, and then her career went downhill.
Which, I don't know. She looks like Harley Quinn's mom.
Mm-hmm.
Her grandma.
Oh, yeah, she retired. Like, she had that retirement match. I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
Sonny Ono and...
Yeah. So she's back in black.
Yeah.
Well, up next we have Hulk Hogan versus Sting. It's for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. There was a hype video before. Hogan said that he's going to train, say a prayer, and then kick Sting's ass. Sting says, "It's showtime, folks." So basically the same shit said before their last match. So we get to the match, and Hogan's music plays, and it just keeps playing. Commentary's confused. They speculate that Hogan's insisting on coming out last, but Hogan's music keeps playing. Eventually, it just switches to Sting's music. Heenan and I had the same idea about Sting refusing to come out too. Like, he's like, well, Sting's not going to come out now too. So Sting comes out, and then they play Hogan's music again. And again, Hogan doesn't come out immediately. When Hogan finally does come out, he's wearing street clothes. And then he gets to the ring, says a few things to Sting, and then just lays right down on the mat. Sting pins Hogan, and they start playing Psycho Sid and Goldberg's hype video.
Yep. So I did do some research on this.
Okay.
It was supposed to be that way. I don't know. I don't know how accurate the internet was, because I did do some deep diving. But apparently, yes, this was Vince's Russo's idea to do a worked shoot. And this was supposed to lead to Hulk Hogan getting a forming some group. But I guess they dropped that. But yes, this was actually the plan. Because at first I was getting that this wasn't the plan, and Hogan
just came out and laid down.
Well, the initial thing that I found was that Hogan, he came out and laid down because he had just lost to Sting, and he didn't want to lose clean. Like, the idea was him to lose clean to Sting, but he didn't want to, so he just came out there and laid down. But then,
that's good to have in a wrestling storyline.
Yeah, but then through more digging, yes, this was a worked shoot. So, yeah. Mr. Russo is trying to...
How does that work? I don't want to lose clean to him, so I went ahead and just laid down. So that's like saying all the matches that you've had before, you agreed to lose clean?
Well, because he didn't want to lose clean twice in a row.
Okay. But again, and then that means the matches that he did win, those were agreed. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Maybe he. Well, I mean, he didn't lose clean last time.
Yeah, but he still. I don't know. He lost.
He did, but
and the matches that he won clean. That means somebody had to agree to win clean beforehand.
Well, thinking back, I don't think he's ever lost like clean. At least in WCW here.
He lost to Luger clean. I think he lost to Giant clean.
Well, I guess he kind of lost to Goldberg clean too. Very selective.
We get a Psycho Sid Goldberg hype video, speaking of the devil. Well, we said this is what they were building up to, and they sure did. The video itself was just a reiteration from earlier. Goldberg and Sid are scheduled to fight. Goldberg can't lay hands on Sid. but does anyway. Then Sid says Goldberg's opportunity should be stripped because he breached the stipulation of the contract. And Sid rips up the contract. Goldberg comes out and beats the shit out of Sid's lawyers. Sid ends up kicking Goldberg in the face, dropping him with a powerbomb. And then Sid stuffs the ripped up contract in Goldberg's mouth and says, "See you at Havoc." So that sent mixed signals for me. Either way, we have Psycho Sid versus Goldberg for the WCW United States Heavyweight Championship. Sid gets in the ring, starts pacing like a caged tiger, and he's got that little red spot on his forehead where he's bleeding. But Heenan said he had like 14 stitches or some shit.
Yeah, something like that.
Goldberg does his long ass entrance. Takes so long, I'm starting to wonder if he's getting paid by the hour. Eventually, he does make his way out to the ring, and the Outsiders jump him. I guess Nash is unretired. So Sid jumps Goldberg, but that doesn't matter because Goldberg just kicks Sid's ass until the ref has to stop the match due to blood. This was not an intense back and forth where neither man refused to quit, and the ref had to step in. This was Goldberg simply beating Sid's ass. Rick Steiner came out to carry Sid out and make sure he didn't, like, because Sid wanted to go back to fight again, but Rick's like, no, come on. And yeah, they tried to play Sid up as the tough guy, and all he did was just get his ass kicked all night. And he wanted to go back for more. I don't know. Also, there's not a whole lot of range to Bill Goldberg.
What do you mean? He beat the shit out of Sid.
That's it. That's all he can do. I mean, there's no like, this wasn't like an epic clash of the Titans. There's just Goldberg kicking Sid's ass.
My favorite part is Sid. He makes it to the, they're helping him to the back, and then he turns around like he wants to get some more, and Goldberg's like, "Come on, like I beat your ass all night. my blood thirst is not quenched. Come on."
Yeah, very weird.
Yeah, and I do see what they were kind of trying to go for, but yeah, him just getting his ass beat. Yeah, they're trying to make him like, this monster or whatever. Just like this super tough guy because, he got his ass beat and he was still fighting through it.
No, he wasn't fighting. He was just taking.
No, I mean, fighting through it as in like still going on with the match, and I don't know.
Well, it jumps
he got his ass beat so bad, he didn't even get a jackhammer. He got his ass beat so bad.
Yeah. I don't know. Just didn't work for me. It wasn't like Kane versus Undertaker.
Yeah.
Which that was a clash of titans. So it jumps to a video. Kimberly's walking into a hotel room. This is presumably David Flair's hotel room. She reveals that she was wearing something skimpy, and she pours 2 glasses of champagne. She then goes to retrieve a bottle of pills from her purse. "This'll knock him out," she says. But before she can do anything,
out loud.
Yes. Ric Flair emerges from the bathroom. David Flair couldn't make it, but Space Mountain could, says Ric Flair. And then he says Kimberly is going to get the 14 times spanking. And all I can think is that DDP is a fucking liar. Because he said that Kimberly invited David Flair to her room. That was clearly not her hotel room.
It may have been. She retrieved the pills that she never used and never like revisited it at all.
She was walking in wearing a coat.
But then, yeah, you're right. Well, that was my takeaway from it, though. The fact that those pills were never used and never really retouched on.
No.
And to my surprise, this was like a replay of what happened that night. So I didn't know what the hell was going on. There was no like, or maybe I missed it, but there was no segue to like, let's show you what happened. It just like jumped.
I think there was.
Oh, yeah, maybe I missed it then because for me it just like they were doing the Goldberg thing, and then it just jumped straight to her walking into this hotel room.
I think they said there something about Kimberly and I don't know. I'm pretty sure there was a segue though.
Okay.
So are we to believe that Flair just banged Kimberly?
Because she didn't get the pills?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about bang, but I guess he spanked her.
Definitely. That's been confirmed.
Yeah.
Okay. Sting comes out to the ring and he says he didn't come to Vegas for a night off.
Sorry, I was just thinking about it. Like, I guess we are supposed to believe that he banged her to put on this charade or whatever this whatever this thing, this ruse her and Paige are trying to pull off. Because she didn't get the pills out, now she just had to get
yeah, this was head. Or did she say no and he just, didn't stop? Like, well, you're here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Space Mountain don't take no for an answer. Sting comes out to the ring. He says, I didn't come to Vegas for a night off. I came to Vegas for a fight. So if anyone in the back can hear what the Stinger is saying, I'm saying I came to Vegas for a fight. He says he'll be back later to see if anyone wants to show up for the fight. And then he killed this amazing promo by closing it with, it's showtime, fucking folks. It's showtime, folks.
Yep, had to get that in there again.
Killed it. Like, oh man, Stinger. I'm with you, Stinger. It's showtime, folks. He has no friends at this point. So we have DDP and Ric Flair, their strap match. We learned that as DDP is making his way to the ring, that this isn't going to be an actual strap match. DDP and Flair will just be strapped together while they have a normal match. Genius. So this one took a while to start. Then they almost immediately went into the crowd to fight. Then they went backstage. Flair sees Kimberly. He can't help himself. Just starts forcing himself on her. Like, they fight to the crowd. They fight to another segment of the crowd. Then they go back ringside. Kimberly's standing there. Rick just stops everything, and he just immediately goes to put his mouth on Kimberly. Flair gets busted open. Then they fight on the floor. Some more. DDP whips Flair on top of the announce desk with the strap, taking out commentary for a while. They get back in the ring. Flair locks in the figure four while the strap is wrapped around DDP's neck. Fortunately for Paige, rope breaks are allowed. Ref, of course, had no issue with Flair strangling Paige with the strap. while the figure four was applied, but the rope break.
What is a strap match in its way?
DDP punches Flair in the balls, chokes him with the strap some more, and then or chokes him with the strap and then hits the diamond cutter for the win. A weird thing with the pin where the ref fucked up the 3 count, but rang the bell anyway. Like he did the 1, 2, and it looked like he stopped, like he was expecting Flair to kick out. And Paige looked at him and like, what the fuck are you doing? So Paige hits the ref with a diamond cutter, goes back to strangling Flair. David Flair comes out to help with a crowbar, but he stops when Kimberly knees him in the balls. Kimberly slides the crowbar to DDP, who then proceeds to strike Flair in the balls with it. I felt bad. Felt really bad for Flair.
Yeah, this was brutal.
Then DDP kicks David's ass. DDP kicks David Flair's ass for good measure, and he hits him with 2 diamond cutters and a nut shot. And Flair stretchered out, and they say David was sobbing, which I don't know about that, but the ref sure was. And then Flair's being taken out in an ambulance on a stretcher, and then the filthy animals attack Flair and kidnap him in the ambulance. Tori Wilson filmed the whole thing, which keep that in mind, kids. Always film your crimes.
Yeah, not a good night for Flair. I didn't find anything on the count issue. But yes. Uh-huh.
Oh, you looked it up?
Yeah, I tried to look for some kind of
explanation.
I didn't find anything.
Look at you being all researchy.
Yeah. Thought we'd throw some of that stuff in there.
Yeah.
In the retros.
Appreciated. No, I honestly just thought he fucked it up. And then Paige had a diamond cut him.
Yeah. Because he did kind of no-sell the diamond cutter. By the way, David Flair took one of the worst diamond cutters at first. He had to get a second one. It was so bad.
Yeah.
It was like Linda McMahon taking a stunner bad.
Oh, yeah. It was pretty bad. David Flair is just useless, isn't he?
I mean, I think he got better, but
when?
I don't know. But yeah, he didn't take that one good.
Well, after that, Sting comes back out and he grabs the mic and he's like, well, so out comes Bill Goldberg. I guess he recovered from beating Sid's ass. Shivani initially says this is a title match, but has to quickly take that back. So we have Sting versus Goldberg, just a match. Commentary team reiterated that this isn't for the title. The champion has to agree to the matches beforehand and sign contracts and shit. Non-title match. So Sting and Goldberg make their entrances, then have to fucking wait for a referee, because even though Sting announced it beforehand, they didn't plan ahead. Commentary team says, well, it's definitely not going to be Charles Robinson. So Charles Robinson comes out. And then Goldberg just, of course, starts kicking Sting's ass until he misses a punch and hits the steel ring post instead. Sting hits a top rope splash and spears Goldberg. And then Goldberg no-sells the spear, levels Sting with a spin kick. Misses a tackle in the corner, so Sting hits 3 stinger splashes. And then Sting whips Goldberg into the ropes. And then Goldberg recovers as he's running. And he hits a spear then the jackhammer. 1, 2, 3. Then they declare Goldberg as the new fucking world heavyweight champion. Sting gets up and starts complaining to the ref. He's like, I said I was here for a fight. I didn't say anything about the belt. Charles Robinson says, well, that match was for the belt anyway. And then it sounded like he said, you got a problem, boy? And then starts walking away from Sting. So then Sting hits Robinson with the Scorpion Death Drop. And that's the end of the pay-per-view.
Yep. Convoluted.
Yes. I don't like when there's more questions than answers. Like, it doesn't make me want to watch. It just makes me confused. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I guess that's what they were going for.
Yeah. But that was Halloween Havoc. I don't know what to make of it. It just seemed like a whole bunch of shit happened. And I think they built up Sid for nothing.
To feed him to Goldberg.
Exactly. Like, where does Sid go from here?
I don't know. But, they made him the Millennial Man and all this undefeated streak. Now, they did say on commentary that he never, he never got pinned or submitted. He just got his ass beat so bad he couldn't continue.
Oh, yeah, that's better.
So, he can still say he's undefeated. I don't know.
I don't think Sid got any offense.
Yeah, I don't remember. But if he did, it wasn't much.
Well, the following night on Nitro, Sting declared that he never agreed to defend the title and called J.J. Dillon to the ring to explain. Dillon announced that the title was being vacated due to Sting's attack on the referee, Charles Robinson, during the unsanctioned match. Therefore, he announced a tournament for the vacant title to conclude at the following month's Mayhem pay-per-view event. This could be the next one. Later that night, Goldberg defended his U.S. title against Bret Hart and lost after Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, and Psycho Sid attacked Goldberg and cost him the title. So, fortunately, there was 3 people to help Bret Hart win. So yes, they kept referencing the powers that be, the new writers, specifically from New York. So I looked up the powers that be. That refers to a specific chaotic WCW storyline written by none other than Vince Russo and Ed Ferrara. So we are here.
Yep. We are officially in the Vince Russo era.
And I don't know. I can't say this was bad. I can't say it was good. It was better than modern shit by far.
I mean, yeah, like I said, it felt like it was a Nitro.
Yeah.
Like, not saying like the quality or anything. I'm just saying like the fact that, there were all these fuck finishes, all these backstage, like cut to backstage, someone's, stuff's happening backstage, like the Goldberg beatdown, the rascal, the filthy animals stuff. It just felt like, that it was a Nitro, a TV show.
Yeah, fair enough.
As opposed to a pay-per-view. Because, usually pay-per-views, you have clean finishes, or maybe you have some kind of DQ or something here or there, but I don't know. It's very... Maybe I'm saying there's, like, a lot more story in it.
Yeah.
Than, usually you get for usually pay-per-views are payoffs, but this was like a lot of story.
Yeah, maybe there's a bigger picture here. Maybe we just need to let it play out. We'll see what happens. He doesn't have a lot of time though, so there is that. Yeah. But yeah, our next pay-per-view is WCW pay-per-view is Mayhem. That's in Toronto, Canada. The main event is Bret Hart versus Chris Benoit for the vacant World Heavyweight title. So if anything, that should be awesome.
And kind of tells me the winner, but that's okay.
But before that, we have ECW's Heatwave, 1998. And this is the 5th Heatwave event produced by ECW. And it took place in Dayton, Ohio. This was the first edition of Heatwave to be broadcast on pay-per-view. And it also featured talent from Frontier Martial Arts Wrestling due to a partnership between ECW and FMW. And 6 professional wrestling matches were contested. The main event was a street fight. It's Tommy Dreamer, the Sandman, and Spike Dudley versus the Dudleys, Bubba Ray Devon, and Big Dick Dudley. Other matches were Taz. He faces Bam Bam Bigelow for the FTW Heavyweight Championship. This is a Falls Count Anywhere match. We have Masato Tanaka versus Mike Awesome. You should like
He's
that.
Here.
We have FMW's Ace Hayabusa. I hope I said that right. It's his first and only major wrestling appearance in the United States. He teamed with Jinsei Shinzaki, and they took on Rob Van Dam and Sabu for the World Heavyweight for the World Tag Team titles. We had Justin Credible versus Jerry Lynn. And then finally, Chris Candido versus Lance Storm. Which makes sense since
Finally
they're not
getting that blow off.
Yeah, well, it makes sense since they're not the tag title or tag champions anymore.
There you go.
But that is our Wrestling Rewind.
Well, with that, I think it's time to get to a little bit of the news. Got some wild stuff going on.
All right.
And we shall start with... Sorry, I got to get over to the news. Okay, so let's start with this because I know you're going to love it. We have a potential WrestleMania match here as TMZ is, well, I'm going to let them tell you. So it's that second clip here.
Bad Bunny might make his return to WWE very soon. We caught up with WWE megastar Cody Rhodes in New York City, and we asked him if Bad Bunny is going to return to the ring soon, and he said,
"Hope we get him back. He did a wonderful job, but he's on top of the world right now."
Kind of kept it tight-lipped on whether or not he is coming back, but I asked another star, an Inside the Ring podcast, Joe Hendry, and he said,
when people from other art forms and forms of entertainment try professional wrestling, they go, oh, everybody gets the bug for professional wrestling. It's so hard to walk away from. So I think anything can happen.
There's kind of a competition right now with whether or not Logan Paul or Bad Bunny is the best celebrity wrestler. People believe this is why Logan Paul is kind of trashing on the halftime show recently and Jake Paul. It's all strategic. WWE puts these feelers out.
Wait. Are you suggesting the match is going to be Logan Paul versus Bad Bunny?
Yes.
This is what...
Wait a minute. What the fuck kind of cup is that? That is the most flamboyant fucking drinking vessel I've ever seen in my life.
It's not a Stanley, so I don't know.
What they should be doing? Oh, Nicki Minaj versus Cardi B.
They would kill each other.
She fling the microphone around.
There you go.
Bad
Paid no attention to that last part, but just don't even pay attention to that part. But yeah, they're suggesting. Now, I don't know if that's just them being fans and saying, "Hey, this dates back to Logan Paul was asked if he was excited about the halftime show, and he just simply said no." So people are maybe putting together that maybe it's going to be and the story that Bad Bunny is coming back imminently, or not imminently, but he is on his way back. So maybe people are putting together that maybe it's going to be Logan Paul versus Bad Bunny. Now, I know it's 0, but I'm going to ask anyway. Interest level.
I'm just trying to figure out why anybody would say he's the best celebrity wrestler.
Bad Bunny?
Yeah.
Because he did the Canadian Destroyer. That's why. That's
it?
Yeah.
That one thing?
His little Puerto Rico match where he beat Damian Priest, who then would become
in a street fight, the easiest wrestling match that you can wrestle. All he did was fling trash can lids.
Yeah.
Like, that wasn't wrestling. So for him to even be in the equation. And yeah, you're right. He beat Damian Priest, who later became champion, which made no fucking sense.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it is basically off of the Canadian Destroyer that he did.
Well, that's stupid. But no, 0 interest.
There you go. So I think I'm more interested in like how they would get there, like the build towards it, than the actual match. Semi-interest. Yeah, I don't know if I'm interested in the match.
He's gotten enough attention, this Bad Bunny. He doesn't need mine.
Well, there you go. But WWE might need his because of a story that we're going to talk about later. I'll give you a little teaser. It's the ticket prices aren't doing too well.
Or they might want to stay away from him.
What do you mean? He's the biggest artist in the world.
And he just blasted. Put on he got blasted.
He just put on the greatest halftime show in the history of halftime.
Oh, stop
shows.
It.
So,
you mean the halftime show where even the Puerto Ricans were making fun of him?
I don't know. I'm hearing a lot of people say it was the greatest thing that they have ever seen in their life.
What, Bad Bunny said that?
No, people who are reviewing the halftime show. Well, a lot of people are saying it's the greatest thing they've ever seen. Like, ever.
They're lying.
Like so many videos about how this was, just the greatest halftime show that they've ever seen.
That's interesting. How we're on completely different sides of the internet. Because I've not seen one positive video about this fucking halftime show.
Oh,
not one.
There you go.
Well, I saw The View.
What did they say about your the Kid Rock one?
Oh, I don't want to talk about that.
Was it?
There's some questioning on the numbers and shit. I don't know.
What's the numbers have to do with if it was a good show or not?
They might have lied on the numbers that like the viewership.
But what does that have to do with if it was a good show or not?
Because if people didn't see it, that obviously means that it wasn't a good show.
No, that doesn't. See, that's the problem. That was the whole problem with. I guess now here we're talking about the Super Bowl. That's the whole problem. one side, the Bad Bunny side,
Mhm.
it was all about like unifying, but no one's talking about how good the show was, like the actual performance. And then the other side, they're just pumping up the numbers, but no one's talking about how good the actual show was.
There was lip sync. There were sync issues
So it
with Kid
wasn't good.
Rock. Well, I mean, I don't know if it was good or not. I didn't watch either one of them, if I'm being honest with you.
I didn't either, but
yeah.
it's because I never watched. Like, who watches the halftime show? Like, that's for women and gays.
Honestly, I think the last halftime show I've ever seen or I saw was the Janet Jackson, Justin Timberlake one.
I watched Prince's, which was pretty good.
Oh yeah. Didn't
And
he
I
play in the
watched,
rain?
yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I saw that one.
and
That's
then I
Prince,
watched
though.
the Black Eyed Peas one, which was also pretty good.
Okay.
But I guess I have to care about the artist to actually watch it.
But the other one, there was apparently some sync issues where people thought that it wasn't live, that was pre-recorded, which that caused a controversy. Yeah, there's issues with the numbers from what I saw. Like they may have inflated the viewership, making it seem bigger than what it was. I mean, it was Kid Rock, so I like his music, so I can't imagine it was that bad. I think it was better. Judging from just artistry alone, it was better than Bad Bunny. I can tell you that for a fact.
Okay. Well, there you go. So, yeah, I didn't watch either one, and I'm not gonna watch either one.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not either.
Like, I know the Bad Bunny one wasn't for me, and I'm not watching an alternate.
Just a just a protest. That's pretty much
Yeah.
what it was.
Yeah, I'm not watching. Yeah, the alternate just to say yeah.
Like I appreciate it because I feel like Bad Bunny intentionally instigated, which seems to be a liberal thing where they just intentionally instigate half the country, the majority of the country based on the last presidential election. But yeah, I didn't want to get into it. I'm tired of it.
Well, there you go. And to take it back home here, yeah. So we may be getting Bad Bunny versus Logan Paul. And again, I don't know if that was them like throwing out some inside information or that was just like them being fans and saying it. But there's potential there. Another thing that some weird news that popped up. Ric Flair, at the age of 75, posted on his Twitter and Instagram that he will be dropping an album. I don't know if it's like, I don't know. This seems like it's just this little teaser video, and I don't know if we want to play it because it'll probably get copyright. But it just seems like it's just a mashup of him saying stuff, which it is. That's exactly what it is. And I don't know if the album is going to be just more of that, or if it's going to be like, I don't know, kind of like a tribute album. Like, I don't know what I'm expecting here. Is that's what I'm getting at.
Well, based on this, I'm thinking he thinks he's T-Pain. And yeah, that's pretty much what we're gonna get. We're gonna get like William Shatner does the speak singing.
Does he?
Yeah. Like he does songs, but he speaks through them. It's really weird. So I think that's what he's gonna do, but it's gonna be like auto-tuned, just like his little promo in that video. That's what I'm expecting.
Well, this stuff is not even like him today. This is like his
Yeah,
old
but he's gonna do
promos.
his like, oh, I'm a Ric Flair styling, profiling, and I got thrown out of Gators. Where you at, Barf?
Well, I guess what we can't expect is Ric Flair's not going to be in the booth with headphones on, dropping bars.
Oh no, God no.
Like, do you remember the show? Well, sorry, you're not going to remember the show, but there's this show that used to be on the BET channel called The Basement.
I used to watch that all the time. What are you talking about?
Okay.
You're not even trying to buy that, are you?
Well, on the show, they had like musical guests. They would do an interview. They'd have musical guests on, and they'd do an interview with the guests. And then at the end of the show, they'd go in the booth, and whoever the musical guest was, they just drop a freestyle.
Mm.
And what I'm getting at there is like they used to put on the headphones and they'd be in there dropping bar. Like, I don't see that being Ric Flair.
No. Can you imagine though if he like dropped Rap God or something?
That would be something. Like, he can't even.
No, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I have a better chance of winning the lottery and not having to pay taxes on it.
Well, I mean, I'm probably going to check out at least one or two songs just to see what it is about.
Oh yeah, you have to.
But yeah, I expect it's just going to be like a auto-tune mashup of him saying stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm expecting. Because it sounds like T-Pain, a T-Pain ripoff, because that's what he does. The only difference is T-Pain can actually sing.
Yeah. But yeah, there's that. And by the way, just side note, if anybody listening here, I'm putting you on game right now. If anybody listening here is a creator, you should bring back the booth, the basement, and a YouTube show version. So you know how, like, they have hot ones, the YouTube show hot ones where they eat hot wings. You should just recreate, whoever can do it, just recreate the basement. And you have a musical guest on. It doesn't even have to just be rap. You have a musical guest on. You do a little interview. At the end of the interview, they cut like a freestyle. I don't know. What do you call it in non-rap? A rift.
We don't really freestyle.
Yeah, you just sit down and rift.
I guess. Yeah, rift, improvise.
I mean,
jam.
Jam session. Like, I've heard people. There was a song I heard the other day, as a matter of fact, and I can't think of the song, but apparently it was just like they were just like sitting around the campfire and just came up with the song, which is as close to a freestyle as you're gonna get.
Yeah, I'd say that's a jam.
Yeah, just have a. So yeah, you don't even have to just keep it rap. You can just have someone go in there and jam, just play the guitar.
Why don't you do that?
Because I don't have connection. I would do it, but I don't have connection.
All you gotta do. No, all you gotta do. It's easy. Just go to your little local music area, get some local bands, and have them do it. Yeah.
Talk about real people.
That's how you build up to real people. You gotta like, walk before you can crawl, or crawl before you can walk.
But who's gonna watch that? Oh, well, I guess you could make it something.
Because you, especially in your area, you're not going to just have complete nobodies. You're going to have people with some sort of following, so you'll at least get that, and then you can build yourself up to the little mid stars, and then hopefully you can get a big fish.
Yeah. Like, can you imagine the views? Like, oh, Drake is gonna come here and freestyle, or like the views on that, they get millions of views. Or I don't know, 2 Chain. I don't even know if he's relevant anymore, but
I like him.
just like
He's relevant to me.
interview Kanye, and then at the end he just drops a freestyle at the end.
That's if he lasts the whole interview.
Yeah.
We have to
But, yeah,
basically. It wouldn't be an interview because you'd have to just agree with everything he says.
just let him talk and nod my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, let's go.
Hi, Kanye. Oh, you want to go to the booth now? Just don't even do the interview.
He does seem like one of those people who really try to convince you of whatever crazy thing he's saying.
He's also one of those people that doesn't seem to want to listen to any other point of view. Or if you contradict him in any way, it's a personal attack.
Yeah.
He's very fragile, that Kanye.
But yeah, to get him in the booth, that'd be something.
2 Chainz would be something. I
Yeah.
like his.
Yeah, these are just names off the top of my head.
You get Slipknot. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they're putting out like music that you don't hear any, like if it's freestyle or jam session.
I'm telling you though, the real money was the shit that nobody else has heard. And you start if you like become like if you become a place where people get known.
Turn the booth into like, yeah,
basically a radio station.
where I'm turning people
Shit, I'd
away
be down
because
with
like
that.
yeah, I'm turning people away. It's like, I don't know if you're booth worthy.
I mean, you can do an interview, but the booth.
Yeah. Only greatness can step in there. But yeah, that was a good show too. That was ahead of his time. Like a lot of it made to albums afterwards. It was, well, I guess because they didn't want to, just it to go to waste.
You should try to this weekend try to see if you can find a local band to see if you can interview them.
And then get them to sing for free.
Well, for the exposure.
I mean, there's a big, in about a month from now. Let's see, we're on the 15th. Yeah, in about a month from now, there's a big ass South by Southwest thing where there's going to be so many musicians.
Yeah, all you have to do is like set up a place for them to sing. Like, we're not. I'm not in a position to. That's why you're interviewing nobodies.
Take them back. Oh, we're just gonna go hang out in this shower. Leave your clothes on, of course. You're just gonna sing in this shower.
Yeah, this shower I turned into a booth.
Yeah.
And then as you get more notoriety and stuff, maybe you get some income. You can turn the booth into something fancier. Maybe even relocate. Moved out of the shower and into a studio.
Move on to a whole studio, like a whole recording studio.
Yeah.
Got those black acoustic things on the wall.
Of course. Little foam things.
Yeah. Got them on the wall and shit.
I think that's a good idea.
It is. I don't know if I could do it, but it is a good idea.
Good if you put some ambition into it.
Maybe I could, but
And that's what
Anyway.
separates the people from being successful.
And I always hate when people are like, oh, if someone does this idea, it's like, why don't you just do it? And here I am doing the same damn thing.
Yep. I'm even telling you how to do it. You're like, oh, no, I'm not going to be interviewing Drake right off the bat, so I can't do it. Okay.
I'm not letting Drake with no subscribers, so I can't do it.
Yeah.
And not paying him too.
I can't get Wheezy for free. Yeah. Like, who the fuck do you think you are?
But yeah, there's that. But we move on. Oh, I didn't get the link. Hold on. Let's stall. And as I stall, we're going to check the chat here. Well, there you go.
So many comments to sift through. I can't pick that one. I can't pick that one either. That one's too risque. Chad 3165. Well, you know what? You guys can't calm down. We're going to close the chat right now.
Let's go here. We'll do this one. So basically, we're going to start with WrestleMania because it is quite the topical discussion. WrestleMania, they are announcing, or they announced, I don't know if they announced it, but it made its way around Twitter, that they are going to be lowering tickets starting Monday, I believe, or, well, let's see. Let me get the blurb here. And this comes from Wrestling Inc. It says Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada, home of WrestleMania 41, and soon to be both nights of WrestleMania 42, has announced that ticket sales for the show amidst reports of lower than expected sales. So basically, they're not. I think I saw a number floating around. They're like 17% behind where they were last year.
I saw like 10,000.
10,000 sales?
Tickets. Less than last year.
Yeah, at this time last year. So they're behind pace of where they were last year. So they're going to be lowering ticket sales going on into President's Day. So starting
that may have
Friday
been $10,000. I don't know if 10,000 tickets makes sense now that I think about it. It's a lot of tickets.
It is. So yeah, it started Friday, going into Monday. They're gonna have a 25% off sale. So they're in full-on panic mode here for WrestleMania. They're trying just about everything. The sale, they already had Roman announce who he's facing at WrestleMania. Although we kind of see why that happened too, because he hasn't been on TV since then.
Yeah.
So maybe that's just more because he was taking another mini vacation until after the Chamber. There was another story that goes with this. I don't have it, but the story was that they are also doing a blackout. So all within a 50-mile radius, and this is allegedly because I have questions about this whole thing. Within a 50-mile radius, apparently no bars or any venue within a 50-mile radius of WrestleMania can show WrestleMania on their TVs. So bars, restaurants, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Apparently, they're not going to be able to show WrestleMania. How they're going to police that is the question.
That's a good point.
Like, is Triple H going to be walking around the strip? Hey, is that WrestleMania right there? Like, you can.
Maybe the same way that they do the Super Bowl. I don't know. Because do they have are NFL officials going to every Hooters to make sure that the Super Bowl's not being played?
No.
So then
Well,
how would they
do
know?
police it?
Exactly.
They don't.
Just if they find out, though, that's probably the.
I guess you can't advertise it. It's got to be like back in the old Prohibition times, where you probably had alcohol, you just can't advertise it.
Well, yeah,
So
I think you can't even. Yeah, you can't advertise Super Bowl party. You have to advertise like football watching gathering or some shit.
Big game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't even. They do this all the time in the NFL. They do this in NBA. They do this in any sport. If they're not selling enough tickets locally to a team, then they'll black it out on TV where you can't watch it. I'm sure you, as a Browns fan, know this pretty well. You're probably well acquainted with this.
Well, as a Browns fan, I know that the games just get blacked out in general.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we're not gonna.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, this happens all the time in the NFL. So I don't know why everybody's making it a big deal that they're gonna do this. But it's just another tactic that they're adding here to kind of bolster sales. Along with that, they've also announced that Brock Lesnar is going to be returning to Raw, seemingly to go ahead and get out there what he's going to be doing for WrestleMania.
I heard that they had an emergency meeting too because of the low ticket sales. So they had to redo creative and shit.
Yeah, that was another thing that was kind of all over the place. So they were saying, yeah, they had there was a meeting and Triple H. They're unhappy with Triple H because he's ripping up the script, or he keeps changing the plans. But if you're not happy with where the show is, then why wouldn't you be changing? Like, of course you're going to be changing the plans. Like, how are they going to get better if you don't change them?
And to his, credit, that people keep getting hurt, so it's not really. He kind of has to change things.
Yes, which is why it's kind of crazy that they're having Punk do this match with Balor.
Yeah, no shit.
As an injury bug is going around.
Well, Punk's the fighting champion.
Well, he's going to be. Like, yeah, they're building a feud right now. Rollins versus Breaker, and both men currently are injured. So they're building a feud with two injured people.
And they're putting Punk in harm's way, potentially, for a match that we know he's going to win.
Yes. So yeah, it is not going good for WrestleMania. Now I'm sure they'll, by the time we get to the actual show, like when it gets closer, you're just gonna have those people, those last minute people who just buy tickets because they want to buy tickets. That FOMO kicks in, and then they'll buy their tickets.
I don't know. Tickets are really expensive.
Yeah, so now this article here, it says, as of this writing, before the 25% off is applied, the lowest ticket sales before taxes for a combo ticket for both nights is $738.75.
God damn.
That actually doesn't sound bad. I'm not even going to lie.
No,
Like
for
that
both
actually
nights,
sounds
no.
kind of
That's-
reasonable.
yeah.
The highest standard 2-night admission tickets is $11,000.
I wonder where the seats are though.
Oh, you're probably in the nosebleed.
How big is the stadium?
I don't know. It says last year they had 60,000 in attendance
It's
on
a
both
Legion
nights.
Stadium. Oh yeah. Oh come on. Yeah, that's you be in the nosebleed.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're way up there. But
Look at that. That's $700. And the ring's
that's
gonna
not too bad.
No, but the ring's gonna be like the ring is this little tiny square. You're gonna be all the way up there. So I don't know. They look like dots from. It looks like looks like the photographer is in this section, if not maybe right here. So you're gonna be here.
It's always funny when you're so high up, you have to watch the Titantron,
Yeah. So it's
and then
like
it's like I would just like I was better off just staying at home and watching it on my TV.
yeah, it's always better watching it at home. I think.
I think it is. You get the commentary.
You don't have to worry about traffic.
No traffic, no overpriced food. Like
Not
you can
standing
make,
next to people.
yeah, you can make that food.
You can actually sit.
Yeah, because you don't have to worry about the people having the people in front of you standing the whole time or having a sign or something.
Which makes you stand the whole time, and then the people behind you stand the whole. Yeah, it's a whole fucking thing.
Yeah, and you gotta yeah. I mean, but I'm not a live experience guy, so there's that too. But yeah, they're trying everything. They're bringing out the big guns. They're gonna make. They're gonna already say their matches. It all turns into panic mode. But I think, yeah, it's gonna work out in the end. It's just what I think.
They're trying
As a-
everything but putting it on or putting out a good product.
Well, obviously, we can't be doing that. We got to put out the product that we have, and then you accept that.
Just it's crazy to me that they're putting all this energy into shit instead of trying to make good stuff.
Yeah, they're missing the one thing that that will make people really consider buying, and that's yes, putting on a good product. Uh, it should be noted though that also just outside of wrestling, apparently Vegas is having a hard time getting people to tour. Like the Super Bowl tourism was down too.
Everything's fucking expensive.
It's expensive. Someone I heard someone talking about it, and they were saying that with the online gambling that's really taking like center stage now, you don't really have to go to Vegas. Used to you had to go to Vegas, walk into a casino and go find you some guy to place your bet with. But now you can just do that from your phone, from your house, wherever you are in the world. And this is not an ad for any of those, by the way. But yeah, it's just so available now. So like, oh well, that was Vegas's thing. That and I guess the showgirls or whatever. So yeah, they were saying like the Super Bowl was even down because it's just hard to get to people. It's hard to get people to Vegas now.
It's not what it was either. Like it used to be one of them vacation destination. I feel like the Vegas has kind of lost its luster.
It is. I don't know if I still want to go or not. I did want to go at some point, but I don't know.
I don't know. The idea of just handing somebody money.
Well, I'm kind of getting out of the whole traveling thing. Like, I don't know. I'm losing interest in wanting to travel to different places and be inconvenienced. Like, just stay at home.
That's fair. Yeah. I'm kind of that way too now. Especially how crazy everybody is.
Yeah. But there you go. WWE maybe put on a better product and then you will fulfill seats and tickets. And also, let's make it a little bit more affordable. 25% off and you're still at $700, $800 for nosebleeds. Like, let's just lower it a little bit. Maybe
Just a
TKO's
smidge.
finally finding out that they can't just bleed people for money like that. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this turns out. But that's that. And we move on. And we move on to Tom Brady. So, Tom Brady, he was on a podcast with Logan Paul. I assume this is a podcast because they're sitting on a couch talking to each other. It should be known that they are promoting a flag football game that's going to be taking place for Fanatics Live in Saudi for Riyadh season, I assume. So he's talking with Logan Paul, and he had a particular line that seems to, well, not even a line, just everything he said seems to have pissed off the wrestling community. But I don't know if he's wrong, and we're going to break it down. So let's play what he said, and then we'll break it down a little bit here.
I am the highest level. I am the level.
No, you're not the level.
I am the level.
You're a good athlete, but honestly, when I'm thinking of Saquon Barkley, and I'm thinking of like,
bro, can Saquon
Odell
Barkley
Beckham and Justin Jefferson,
a flip off the top rope?
Have you not
a 180
seen him
moonsault
jump
off the top
over
rope
someone's
onto
head?
LA
It's
Knight?
cute. It's a great, I love WWE. It's very cute.
Same,
but
bro.
honestly, this is like real football. This is real competition.
I was an all-state linebacker. I rushed for 1,200 yards, 19 touchdowns my senior year.
Well, let's see what you can still bring it. I mean, look, we all had a great pass. I won 7 Super Bowl. Who don't gives a shit? You know what matters? This game, March 21st in Saudi. I'm glad you're going to be there, and I'm glad you're finally going to participate in like a competition that matters.
This guy's insane. The audacity of Tom Brady. I can't believe it. Wins 7 Super Bowls, thinks he can just go around and talk about his flag football game like it's going to be the Pro Bowl.
It's going to be way better than that.
Wait, I think I'm on your team, bro.
Really?
You said that.
Well, then I'm going to feed you.
I am the...
By the way, Tom Brady's coming out of retirement for this. Now, he's just throwing a football, but...
Okay.
Yes.
I'm so over Tom Brady.
Well, there you go.
He's all over the place.
He is. He's got to be an influencer now.
He's not that interesting. Like he's not. No, he's not funny like Peyton Manning. He doesn't have like the gift of gab like Cam Newton. He doesn't look high all the time like Sean King does. He's just boring. And he's an NFL owner now, so he can't say anything like really insightful.
He actually went against the Patriots. Him and Bill Belichick.
Well, Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, did you see that little Bill Belichick's little squeeze? I almost called her something, but I'm gonna refrain from that right this second. So they were at, I guess, a Super Bowl party, and she wore a T-shirt that referenced some massage parlor, which was the massage parlor that Robert Kraft went to,
Nice.
where allegedly there was some underage rub tugs going on.
Well, I do know. Well, he got
Allegedly.
everything expunged.
Yeah, he did.
Because he's
But
a wuss.
allegedly, this was happening there, and he's linked to that place, so it may be expunged, but
Which is interesting because Deshaun Watson's completely vilified for doing the same shit.
Yes.
Now I don't know about Watson has forced accusations. I don't know about Kraft in that situation, but
His
still
weren't
essentially the same
forced.
thing.
His weren't forced yet, because all it takes is just someone to say it was, and then
20 years from now.
The lady who was talking about Deshaun Watson is like, "Oh, he made me sit there and get facialed." Like, what do you mean he made you sit there and why he like he he nutted in my face? Well, how long did it take him to pump it up?
45 minutes and 60 seconds.
Like, what do you mean you just sat there and waited for him to get ready? But then you're saying he forced you. He forced me to wait, and it took him like 20 minutes. Like, okay. Anyway, yeah. So what got people talking was Tom Brady here saying that you do the WWE thing and that's cute, but we're talking about real athletes. This goes on for quite a while. They're still like going back and forth on it.
I think it's rich that Tom's talking about real athletes too when he was like the quarterback, one of the least athletic quarterbacks of that.
Yes, known for being not a good athlete. Well, I don't know. As a quarterback, I guess you got to have some kind of athleticism.
You have to have the ability to have pocket presence. You got to be able to move out of the pocket, scramble a little bit, extend the play.
Yeah. But I do have a question. So he said, oh, we got real athletes over here. So if we were going to send a wrestler to like represent wrestling as far as athletics, like, oh, you don't think we're athletes? This is the guy right here we're sending. Who do you think that would be? Would it be Braun Breaker?
He did play football.
He did.
So that'd probably be one of the natural selections. I'd say him or Oba.
I think Oba played football too.
I know he was a shot putter.
Brock Lesnar.
Maybe not today.
Oh yeah, Freddie's old now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd probably be one of those two. Breaker or Oba. If we were sending someone to represent how athletic wrestlers can be, those are your two.
How's what about Powerhouse Hobbs?
No, I don't think he has the athleticism. Like he's strong. If it was a lifting thing, send him. But yeah, I don't know how
he played football.
Agile he is. Did he?
In high school, at least.
maybe a young Bob Lashley. He was pretty athletic.
Yeah, Bob Lashley. There's not a like. Yeah, I don't. The debate I think was better like a couple decades ago. Like when there's the JBLs and the Farouks.
Yeah, Ron Simmons would have been a good debate. But I don't know. They were all kind of roided out. I don't know.
So are the football players, aren't they?
Oh, they're supposed to be. We're talking about athleticism here.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how much steroids helps you in athleticism. But I think steroids slows you
It
down.
doesn't, but
because
if the
adds muscle.
qualifier is that they can't go to the NFL to show to represent the WWF because they're on steroids, the NFL players were on steroids at that time too.
Well, I'm just saying, I think what I was getting at was them being on steroids means they added muscle, which slows you down naturally.
They didn't slow Bill Romanowski down.
You don't know that. He might have been faster. But yeah, I don't know who else. But I think we can agree Kit Wilson is not who we're sending.
No. Sami Zayn's not.
Like, what about this Kit Wilson guy? No, don't talk about him. He's not really one of us. And that goes back to what I was saying earlier. Like, imagine this world we live in now where wrestlers are talking about camel toes and it's men segment that this is happening in. I still think that was just like, oh, it's the men segment and they're doing this. But on that note, I think we should move on to our last story because we are running on time here. And our last story, we got to talk about the Brody King. I'm going to call it a fiasco at this point. So, Brody King, AE Dub. So, I'll give you a quick rundown here, and then it gets to the topic of at hand. So, I think it was like a year, maybe two ago. Brody King, he wore AEW went to like a Mexico show. Brody King wore an Abolish Ice t-shirt. This was like a year or two ago. So we fast forward. Now he's in the main event picture. And last week he had a title match against MJF. I'm sorry, not a title match. It was a qualifier match against MJF. The match was just for if he wins, he gets a title shot. Ended up being a squash match, but the real takeaway that happened in this match was before the match started, the crowd started chanting "fuck ice," and this happened to a point where it made national news. CNN picked it up, and CNBC, MSN, like all the major news affiliates, they picked it up. Got a lot of publicity on it. We fast forward a week later, Brody King and MJF are not on the show. And then we get note from Dave Meltzer that, well, they're not on the show because, it was a call from higher up, Warner Brothers Discovery. They didn't want the fuck ice chants. So, they pulled him off the show. That's what Dave Meltzer said. Fast forward a little bit, and this is being like a couple hours. Warner Brothers comes out and is like, we didn't say that. And this is false. We didn't have anything to do with it. Basically, they said it was just bad booking that they weren't on the show. Which is side note, which is funny that they were quick to jump on this story, right? It took them a couple hours to debunk this. No, we didn't say that. But a couple weeks ago, the Trey Miguel calling someone gay 7 years ago, they were radio silent. It's just kind of funny that happened.
Maybe this one was bigger.
It was bigger, especially because they probably had sorry. I just saw your note thing here.
Oh, it's funny. I saw you typing shit out, and I was, I had it in my head that I was gonna be like, Tyson, this is BB King from the grave, and then in my head you were gonna fall for it and go, hey, I was just talking to BB King through the Google Docs.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I lost where I was. What was I talking about? You lost it too.
Yeah, I did.
Well, anyway,
we were talking about Dave Meltzer. Shit, I don't know.
Oh yeah. So yeah, Dave Meltzer, he comes out, he says, "Oh, it was a call from Warner Brothers to have him pulled because they didn't because Warner Brothers."
Oh, because they didn't say anything about Trey Miguel.
Oh yeah. So yes, it was a bigger thing that they didn't say anything about Trey Miguel, but I don't know. I still think it's funny that they were quick to say something here, but the Trey Miguel thing, they just stayed silent, which indicates that maybe they did have a say in him getting kicked off the show because they didn't deny it. But yeah, I don't know.
All I know is whatever Dave Meltzer allegedly said is bullshit.
Yeah, I mean they came out and basically said yes, he's a liar. Which, if he's supposed to be this inside guy, but not to say that that's not the information he got. But anyway, we move on. So we got Brody King. He was held off the show, and then yeah, Dave Meltzer said what he said. Then it got debunked. Fast forward to Saturday, and he was on the show. So, and there were again fuck ice chants
in Australia, I think, right?
In Australia,
yeah,
because they're very honed in on American
politics. Yeah.
They're so honed in on it. I wonder if any of them even knew. Like, is it just now becoming like this is what you chant for the guy? I don't know.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, I think it's more for him than it is for the actual. It might be for that too, but I would think it's more for him at this point.
Yeah, because if they're doing it in Australia, I don't think a lot of people know what
they do. Is. They do, unfortunately.
They do?
Yeah.
Oh.
They were doing there's someone prominent, they were doing some pro-Palestine shit too. It's like, what the fuck do you care? You're on an island.
Oh, there you go. very hip to our politics over here. Which brings me to the topic at hand. So we ran through. That's the backstory here. But it brings me to the topic at hand.
I don't even
Now,
think it's our politics. I think it's just the hate Trump train.
yeah. But yes, this got me to a point where I was kind of fed up with the politics thing because I saw that it was really going. I don't know. It was really getting out of hand. And Brody King, should he keep the politics out of? I guess in general, it just seems like we're getting political with wrestling.
You
And
don't
it's
say.
something. Yes.
You mean with Bianca Belair and her Black Lives Matter shit, and like, didn't she have like Black Lives Matter quotes on her ring gear or something?
Did she?
I could have sworn she did.
Quotes.
Yeah,
Oh.
I might be wrong on that. I know. Well, Becky had something too, but I think that was her book. Yeah, forget I said that then.
Well, anyway, what I'm getting at is, I think as in general as wrestlers, we just need to be wrestlers. Not saying like I'm a wrestler, but I'm saying if you're a wrestler, just be a wrestler. You don't need to be in throwing out your politics. And this goes with it's the same thing with like I guess where I'm getting from this was these Olympic athletes, they're throwing their politics into things like their political affiliation and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, why do we need that in in anything? But yeah, but I don't know. Going back to wrestling, forget the Olympic thing. that that was I can't make a good connection there. In wrestling, we generally watch wrestling to get away from
Escapism.
politics. Yes. So why do we need to bring politics into wrestling? It's ruined Hollywood. It's ruined video games. We don't need it to ruin wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, now to be fair, the wrestling has already has always used like current events and shit.
It has, but that's different. Like
That is different. It's not the wrestler's
alluding to it.
individual political opinions. It's more of a, I don't know, maybe the companies.
Yeah,
Or not even
I'm
that.
saying like if you're using for a story, that's very different than yes, going on your I don't know, you personally like I don't need to know what Roman Reigns feels about politics.
True.
Now, that being said, I could get if Joe Anoa'i, you know, if he has a political stance and he wants to go on his own account and talk about it, I can get that. Like I'll give you that part. But Roman Reigns, I don't want to know what you have where you stand politically.
Yeah, it kind of lose interest in you if I know what your political leanings are, even if I agree with them. Like, I don't give a shit. I'm tired of it.
Yeah, I don't need that in wrestling. I need to escape when I watch wrestling.
I need that on Fox News. That's it.
Yes. Yes, if I want it, I'll go seek it out. Like I guess this is what really got me, and I'm not going to name names here, but there was this React streamer who posted on their accounts. Why I saw this, I don't know, but they posted on their account that, oh, I read the Epstein files, and with what's going on with ICE, I just can't stream today, guys. Now they're already back. They didn't take that much of a break,
Of course.
but yes, they couldn't bring themselves to stream, which is what they do, react stream, They couldn't bring themselves to it because
something unrelated happened.
Because there's so much going on in the world, is what they said. And it's like, shut up. Who cares? Now that's a little bit different because most of them are on their own accounts, but as opposed to wrestlers who are on their, I don't know, you're a wrestler, you're playing a character. The character shouldn't have political affiliation unless it's at a political type gimmick, like the Iron Sheik or Jack Swagger's group, which was probably a racist something. Some kind of racism in that. but it was, that was their group and that was their story.
Right.
So it wasn't, I don't know. So yes, it did involve politics, but it didn't directly involve politics.
Well, they weren't wearing Trump shirts either.
Yes.
Or deport them all or
abolish
Mexicans.
Yes. Now, to their credit, they weren't the ones. No, Brody King's been pretty. We got here because he keeps opening his mouth about his politics. And it's to the point to where, well, it seems like they're just gonna go with it. But is he even worth like the trouble? Because he's gotten them now national attention.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of surprised he didn't win the title. I thought he was gonna win the title, just because he's the hot topic right now. But I don't know. I think you can't even put him back on. Like, he lost his title match. I think he just has to go away and not be back on TV.
That deep, huh?
Yes. If he's...
Can't they just tell him not to wear a stupid shirt?
They can, but now it's to a point where they're just going to get the chance anyway.
Well, then let him get the chance. Eventually, eventually that'll die. If he stops feeding into it.
I don't think it will. I think it's out of... I think at this point, I think it's become a thing. Well, and Meltzer didn't help things by saying that they pulled him because of it, because then there's just going to get a louder chant. CNN jumped in talking about, AEW's taking a stance politically.
Of course,
so now
jumped in.
So now, CNN is basically saying that they're leaning into the woke, this being AEW.
That's why CNN's covering it, because they're fucking woke.
They are. And apparently there's a little loose affiliation because CNN is owned by Warner Brothers, who apparently has a stake in AEW.
That's right.
So there's a connection there. But I don't know. I would say probably keep him off TV. Maybe not even have him. You can't have what Trey Miguel did and get fired, and now you have Brody King causing way worse of a dust up. Oh, by the way, did you see? I don't know if you caught this tweet. I didn't put the link in it because it's a little bit extreme, but a couple years ago, this same Brody King, he posted a picture of Big Boss Man being hanged at WrestleMania and said, "This is all cops." And the internet...
Oh, yeah, I saw that, yeah.
The internet sleuths have dug that old tweet up. So now he's basically inciting riots against cops.
Yeah, well, there's a difference between, to me, tweeting something than actually wearing the actual shirt and inciting, crowds and shit.
Yeah.
But it's not a good look.
Yeah,
It's a bit extreme, isn't it? Because if he gets in trouble, who's he gonna call?
What do you mean?
Like if shit goes down and he has an emergency, who is he gonna call?
Oh, well, I would hope it's not the cops.
I would hope so too.
Or it's a little bit hypocritical.
I'm just saying, if he has an emergency or a life-threatening event, he's going to be the 911 is going to be the first fucking number he dials. That's what a lot of these motherfuckers don't. They shit on these law enforcement people, and
yeah, it's the first
you
one
might have to rely on them someday.
Yeah. But yeah, that's where we are with Brody King. Again, I don't know what they're gonna do. Doesn't seem like they're gonna do anything. They're just gonna ride it out with him. But
probably they're gonna lean into that. Which, again, if you looked at the last presidential election, you'll see where everything is leaning. So I don't know, doubling down on being on the more minority of the issue is not. It's kind of counterproductive to me.
yes, and I always go back to the Jerry Jones quote, which apparently is controversial. Well, would be controversial now, but Jerry Jones always said. So someone asked him like where he was politically, and his answer was, "I make too much money to have a political opinion." Because if you pick a side, you're alienating, let's just say half.
Right.
And yeah, he always says, I make too much money to be alienating half my potential audience.
And that's how it should be. He's basically a public servant. It's not going to do you any bit of good to piss off half of the public.
Yes. Especially when you're trying to gain more people. Now, maybe it does gain more people because word's going to get out that this is a woke. AEW is just so woke. So if you're, I don't know, it seems like those people, just like the Bad Bunny is the best concert ever in the history of music, and they didn't understand a damn word it said. But it's because it was woke. They're supporting it, and that's the last thing I want to lead with. Like, what are you doing if you got to find validation like that? Like, what are you doing? Why do I need to know? Like, why do I need Brody King to validate like who I need to vote for, or where I stand politically?
I have no idea.
Like
that, yeah, they. I noticed that they used a lot of celebrities in the last election. And it's like, why? Who gives a shit? I don't care what Beyonce thinks.
Yes. Yeah. Why do I need to know what? Yeah. Why do I need Beyonce to validate my political views? And yeah, apparently that's also a controversial thing. Like,
well, Denzel votes for this person, so now I have to.
Yeah. And just to like go to your example, 911, what's your emergency? I've been shot, but before you send a cop, can you please tell me what their political beliefs are? Can I please have a cop that says whatever, whatever the things that they stand for are. I need a cop that aligns with me politically. While I'm bleeding out here, by the way.
Can you tell me what the cop's pronouns are?
Yeah.
He doesn't have any. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not the officer for me.
Yeah. There was a show I watched one time where I think it was a show or maybe it was something, but like this guy kept calling the oh yeah, it was a show and I forgot what show it was. But this guy, he kept calling the police station and he would ask the name of the cop that was being sent out. And if it wasn't a white sounding name, he would call back and get another request in. Like he was so racist that he couldn't be helped by a non-white cop.
No, that's a bit extreme.
Yeah. But if you're really about it, that's what you got to be about.
Yeah. That's
Like,
true.
oh, doctor, before you do this surgery on me, I need to know your political stance. And not that you're the best doctor in the West or whatever. But yeah, overall, I think Brody King is just becoming a problem. It seems like AEW wants to have that problem because any publicity is good publicity for them, I guess.
I think Tony's just too much of a bitch to tell him no.
Yeah. I mean, they tell him no in WWE, but not over in AEW. And maybe that's just what they got to lean into now. But overall, I think, yeah, we should just not have politics in wrestling unless it's a storyline. It being storyline wise is completely different than someone going on there, going on Twitter and just like, oh, I'm completely against this. As a matter of fact, there's that guy that used to be in this was back when you couldn't like publicly support Trump. What was his name? Steve something. And he was in WWE, and yeah, they found out that he supported Trump, and they walked him out for it. He was in like the Sons of Anarchy. No, that's a TV show.
I don't know.
Riker. I think his name was Riker. He used to be Gunner in TNA or something like that.
I thought he said something a little bit more extreme than just I like Trump.
No, that's all it that's all it took back then. Maybe he did say something worse, but I'm looking it up real quick.
I don't see a Riker.
Oh. So this little blurb says condemning homosexuality, transgender people, and called Black Lives Matter a terrorist group. So yeah, kind of.
Only got one thing right.
And on that note, we're going to end it there. Don't even answer that question. But that is all I got. Leave politics out of wrestling. And on that note,
just leave politics out.
Yeah.
And have a good night.
Yeah, if we want politics, we'll go watch the news. We'll seek it. We don't need it brought into us. But yes, on that note, this is an awkward closing. So have a good night. And survey says one more for the good guys.